The following Toku Podcastu contains spoilers from both past and present tokusatsu, anime, manga, movies and other related media. If you do not wish to be spoiled, we suggest turning off the podcast now. Otherwise, please enjoy the show.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Toku Podcastu, the best show about tokusatsu you probably never heard of. And now we're here. We're here now. That's Jay.
I had a joke, but I forgot it because all the stories in the world got destroyed because man.
No, Jay, it's fine. No joke you ever say ever is ever original because shut the fuck up.
Because
and that's
God
enough to commit
every
genocide.
joke.
Because a crazy man with a very long ponytail said otherwise.
That's Chad.
I didn't read books in college, and now I just hate them even more. Thank you.
I never knew how to read. Actually, wouldn't that have been a funny fucking plot? It was just somebody who was like, I don't know how to read.
Yeah, what if TOUMA was illiterate? The shit would be like
he pretty much was.
funnier.
He pretty much was.
I don't know.
So,
I never read his book, but I don't think it's as popular as they say it is.
Obviously not if he's working there.
You know what? If his story is not endorsed by Oprah, I will not read it. If it is not endorsed by top 10, that is not
you know what? I just have that picture of my head now. I have that picture of my head of just TOUMA sitting on. No, he's doing the fucking Tom Cruise jumping on the couch.
Saying how much he loves Luna.
Yes.
I'm in love with Luna. I'm not gay. I'm in love with Luna.
Kento is not my boyfriend.
So, as you can tell,
you
we
forgot about
are
me.
talking about. You already had your introduction.
I didn't
Phil.
have an introduction.
You interrupted Jay.
No, I didn't.
You yelled.
No, I didn't.
Well, I just said your name, so there you go.
Phil, you have never had. You have always had an introduction. You always do the intro. We're not gaslighting you right now. You know that, right? This is. You're
So-
It kind of feels like you are.
Look, if I was gaslighting you, you'd be in immense pain because I would actually set you on fire. By the way, that's Phil.
This is a bibliophile's worst nightmare. And I happen to be a book collector.
Gay. Anyways, so
It's time to collect books and chew
what?
bubblegum.
So before we get into the festivities of commiseration and celebration and evangelion, before we get into that, I'm going to give the same disclaimer that we did for our 01 review and that we did for a Zio review. If you do not want to hear anything bad about a show ever, don't watch this, don't listen to this, don't do anything. Just go, because we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about the show, everything good and everything bad, just like we did with 01, just like we did with Zio. Just like, actually, we've only done this 4 times, haven't we?
Technically.
With Build, and we did it with Build as well, though that was so long ago. So that's what we're doing here. We are going to talk about this show fully. So if you don't like that, if you are going to be angry and post comments on Facebook in horrific grammar that would make Phil cry.
Shave half your head and call us mean names.
God damn, Jay. So
Come on.
If you don't, if
Nobody's
you
going to
don't
know
want
who I'm talking about.
It's true.
I know what AJ's
so if you
talking
don't
about.
want, so you don't want any of that. Doors that way. I'm not going to begrudge you. Thanks for the download, anyways. So
Thanks for the click, though. At least.
We appreciate you.
thanks for the click,
Thanks for the
jackass.
views.
And with that being said, let's go. And let's start with who I don't even want to wait for. Let's start with TOUMA. Because we're starting with our characters. Let's start with, I don't even know if he had a first name, TOUMA.
You mean Gary Stu?
Kamiyama TOUMA. TOUMA's his first name, though.
Kamiyama
Of course he had a
TOUMA.
Is
first
it?
name. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, are you serious? I thought that was I mean, I'm just so used to them saying their
It's
last
not a
names at this
surname.
point.
I mean, I know that's just how Japanese is, where it's last name, first name. But yes, TOUMA is his first name. Yes.
Well, let's talk
Akiyama.
Let's talk turkey about TOUMA and why he is possibly one of the most stupid fucking characters I've ever had the displeasure of watching on my screen. I'm not going to say he's the biggest Gary Stu, but we'll get to that.
We had that
But he is
argument.
one of the dumbest.
Wait, there is a bigger?
He is one of the. Well, technically, but we'll get to that part. So, he is one of the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever met in my life, and I've never met this guy. He's so stupid. Like, everything he does comes off as he's doing it because he doesn't know why. Or actually, you know what? How do I explain it? He comes off as, I'm doing it because the plot needs to happen. And I mentioned this before. If you're writing that way, you've already fucked up.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
What about you, Chad? What do you think of TOUMA? Give me something for TOUMA.
TOUMA, basically, I didn't have anything wrong with him, but like that was at the beginning of the series. I thought he'd be like, you know what? He's just like Sento, except you know what? He does it with literacy, and by 1 year, coming and going, and coming to this point now, he is boring. He is a cardboard box. He is more bland than the books he writes. He is more bland than the material that the books are made out of. I don't care for him. You basically it's like Takeru from Ghost. Takeru was all about my life is on fire. My life is gonna burn bright. This time it replace life. Just replace it with promises, and he won't shut the hell up about his promises. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I have this promise. I have this promise. I have this promise. Okay, so how many of those promises were actually broken, and how many of them were actually held? And just like he's not a bad. I wouldn't say he's a bad dude, but at the same time, he's just horribly written and honestly just kind of boring. And you know what?
I'll say it like this. Oh, yeah.
He's supposed to be a writer, right? Or like an author.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I saw more of that.
Oh, you mean how they just completely... So, that's a big thing already. And Jay and I just talked about this a little bit yesterday. And, I mean, we'll get into more about stuff like that right now, but Jay and I talked about this a little bit yesterday. And I know Phil and Chad are in agreement. This guy is a stupidly, like, not even a smartly written Gary Stu. He is just a Gary Stu. And the weird thing is that he didn't start off that way. He did not start off that way, which is kind of surprising. But then I guess Ghost's writer got his little fucking fingers in there, and he basically, like Chad said, became Takeru 2.0. Only I want to say like a point percentage worse, like a 0.1 percentage worse.
See,
because of how much shit they gave to him.
AJ, see, that's the thing. You think he got his hands into it? His hands were already in there by the press conference.
That is true. But see, it's true, though, because, like, every single time that I had to watch TOUMA on screen, like, about the time of the Traitor arc, every single time that I had to watch him on screen, it's like either people made it seem like this guy was going to be the greatest person in the world, or they already assumed that he was the greatest person in the world because of his sword, which, by the way, they never even really mentioned that his sword was supposed to be special. It's just, he is special. He is the guy. He's the one.
But I thought the whole point of him was that the sword chose him because it was one of the earliest swords, aside from the swords of shadow and light. It's Reika, the sword of flames. You know, the primordial flame. Why is it not the sword picking him?
You see, that's
because
that's the thing. Like, I wish this show explained more. We know nothing about how this world works. For all we care, gravity may not even exist.
I mean, I know characters just keep flying for no reason, so...
They fly now?
They fly now.
What, didn't we all see that in the final episode?
Yes, we did. But see, that goes back to the bigger problem, and I think Chad pretty much hit on the nail. It's weird to say it, but he's a Gary Stu by omission. Because everything that is given to him, everything that he does, everything that he's capable of doing, everything that he does, every form that he gets and everything that the forms can do are all out of fucking nowhere. Out of fucking nowhere. Like, yeah, sure, you can say, oh, they foreshadow. Yeah. But, like, take for example, and this is the biggest one because I couldn't stop laughing when we were told this by Techno yesterday. The biggest one, apparently Cross Saber just has reality warping powers. Why? Because fuck you, that's why. Shut the fuck up.
What?
Which, yeah, apparently. So Phil, do you remember when Cross Saber was debuted and he basically saved the world from logos going fucking crazy?
Yep.
Apparently that wasn't him stopping him. That was him literally rewriting the world as he saw fit.
How?
Which, by the way, if that's true, why the fuck did you leave Storius alive, you dumb shit?
Yeah! Well, then again,
because he's a fucking moron.
Well, then again, the plot
He
forgot.
is.
Well, actually, the plot forgot about stories being around.
Well, but again, that's the problem. TOUMA is a Gary Stu by omission. If they explained even a fucking fraction of the shit that happened in here, I don't think I would be nearly as like, what is happening? Like another one, and I brought this one up to Jay yesterday. When he started doing that whole, remember when he could start just splitting Megids from humans? Remember that?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Because he is the extra special chosen one. That's where it came
apparently because he made, this is what I remember, because he had conviction saying that he was going to protect the innocent, that bonded with Reika for some reason, and that gave him the ability to break Megids from humans like Yuri can, basically making Yuri kind of useless after that.
So basically it's like someone from Starfleet coming in and saying, "Hey, Picard, you're stupid. I can pilot this way better than you can."
Pretty much.
Basically saying that to fucking Yuri, which is just insane.
I mean,
but
that
again,
happens like 3 times a season in Next Generation, so that's probably a bad
that's true.
example.
I mean, well, no, I'm using it because it's the example that everyone's going to realize.
Fair enough.
I'm not saying it's a good example. I'm saying it's an example. But like, it's true. Like, if they had explained that, or the other one that I told Jay yesterday, when did a novelist, and again, he is a novelist. He's not a fighter. He's not a sword fighter. He's not a fucking LARPer.
He's a freaking writer.
Yes. When did this guy get suddenly so strong that he is able to take on every single person in his guild who have been training and fighting way longer than he has, and not only that, but somehow understand the concept of feelings through fighting?
It's called,
when he has never been a fighter.
It's called the plot doesn't care. Fuck you. He best boy.
It's just like every single time something's given to him, it's just like, why? Like, fuck's sake, dude. You know what? Even with Tendo, when he got his fucking Hyperzector, you know what? I'll give it to him. At least they explained it. It was dumb as fuck. Oh, it was dumb as shit. But they explained it.
I'm trying to remember. Did they explain how he got Draconic Knight? Because remember, it's been a while since I've seen Draconic Knight.
Not really.
I don't even remember. I think it just kind of showed up.
It did. It basically just kind of showed up.
At least not even Primitive Dragon had an explanation for that. Yeah, Elemental had one. It was basically the bonding between him and the spirit of the book. But Primitive was like, "Oh, we got the forbidden book, and because Isaac led me to it." And now, I got this berserker power that basically will kill anybody. That doesn't even make sense. Like, why give him that? Why would you give him that?
Because
plot
evil. Ooh.
And I'm struggling to remember.
But again, it's weird when you because I actually really had to think about this yesterday, and I thought about it. And I'm like, yeah, if they explained it, I don't think he would be a Gary Stu. He would be as much of a Gary Stu as most of the writers, if you know what I mean. Like, okay, they're just main characters. Of course, they're gonna get this and this. But because they don't say anything, because they don't explain anything, and because they constantly just give this guy stuff for no other reason other than let's wank him off a little bit more, it's like, why do I care? And the worst part is, unlike Tendo, this guy is not charismatic in the least bit.
Yeah.
He's not likable.
He's
not likable at all.
He kind of comes off as generic, if that makes sense.
I was going to call him more of as a fucking emo bitch.
This is why I called him just really, really dull. Like, he has no personality. He's really boring. See, like the books he writes.
I found him like
and also
mostly
the books
white.
that they're made out of, like they have more personality and like he actually does.
He has the personality of the glue holding the binding together. I kind of just found him whiny most of the time. Really, I mean.
Oh, that was like towards the end, right? Oh, but Luna's my girlfriend. Like, dude,
but I don't want to do this, even though I've spent 20 episodes doing it. Jay, why do I gotta fight the monsters?
Jay, you can't be the only one who noticed, right? I mean, I can't be the only one. Like, this guy looked like he was about to cry every scene he was in. Like,
honestly,
every
that's
scene.
That's just like his default face is either
right.
He looks
like
like he's lost in the sauce, or he's crying 24/7.
Oh, it's that pachinko, man.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh man, I lost so much on that fucking MGS pachinko machine, bastard.
I'm still in a dream state.
Or what about the famous Linkara running?
Oh my god,
Oh,
dude! Honestly, that was one of his Gary Stu moments that I actually had to laugh at because I was just like, where did that come from?
Yes.
Oh, you just can make rainbow bridges now, I guess. All right.
No, technically it's a light bridge. And
oh wait, I was gonna say what's the one from Thor called?
that's
the
That's
Frost.
the Bifrost.
yeah,
The Bifrost. You can just make Bifrost now.
You know what? I'm just
Honestly, that
that
would
would
at
be-
least
that would
make
be
more
funny.
sense if it's just like, oh yeah, he can just fucking summon the Bifrost bridge in front of him for no reason.
Yeah, but
I mean, he has a fucking sword.
I mean, also, he looks like he's okay. I get that he has to look like he's running to Luna, but he's not.
It looks like he's trying not to slip.
Yeah.
honestly,
then
just like y'all see.
Then again, it doesn't help.
And that's way too nice. You're being way too nice. All I saw was just like, who when like Toei's staff accidentally just rendered Mario Kart during the episode.
God, I was about to say, yeah, it looks like Rainbow Road.
Oh my god, I can totally picture it.
I'm like,
On
I'm
the
pretty
Rainbow
sure I saw on
Road,
Twitter,
it is
like,
the road, there you go.
So
I'm pretty sure I
so
saw on Twitter
you
like
have
someone actually like put it like
Oh,
rendered Mario Kart
I think it was,
drivers on there.
No, somebody posted it in this chat. I think they got the video taken down of just multiple versions of Tomo running, and there's like one where he gets dropped into a fucking lake. It's great. I gotta find that again somewhere. If somebody can find that for me. So you have this. So you have a main character who is a complete Gary Stu. He is boring, and when he's not boring, like Jay said, he comes off as a whiny little bitch. And when he's not doing that, he comes off like a pedophile because he's completely obsessed with an 8-year-old girl.
Well, technically, she
listen.
became
Which
an
is-
adult.
Listen.
No, Jay, no, Jay.
No, I was
Jay.
just going to say listen and then just not elaborate at all, but yeah.
No, but like, so we should explain a little bit about that, right? That he had a friend named Luna who got taken away to fucking Merry Wonderland and the fucking Never
No,
Land.
she got put in between the Wonder World and the human and the real world.
Okay, so she got put between the real world and the Never Fairyland Beyond time.
Basically, she just got
So-
put into purgatory.
Pretty much.
Basically,
As we all get put into from time to time.
I mean, that's where I've
eventually.
been this whole time.
He also somehow forgot all about that happening because plot. There was no reason for the amnesia plot, to be entirely honest. You
right? What was that?
It was
Like,
also
you
to
could've had
introduce Kenta.
Kenta.
Kento, I meant Kento.
Yeah.
Kenta, the fucking wrestler dude, based.
Dude, I wish. No, honestly, like, if it was just like, oh, I had a weird imagination when I was a kid. Oh, my imagination is real. That would at least, like, make sense. But no, it's like, oh, I completely forgot all this happening. Why?
Luna's his Tulpa.
Dude, that would make this show at least mildly more entertaining if, like, what a character was just like a tulpa, like they're an literally an imaginary friend.
Toma's just schizophrenic.
I mean, he looks it.
You know what?
Have you seen how he dresses?
I feel like we're creating all sorts of like creepypastas now. And you know what?
We basically
No,
are.
Hyper realistic Toma.
We are basically thinking. We are basically doing what the finale like. Basically,
And then
encourages us to
and then
do.
Rinsero turned to the camera and he started crying tears of blood, and then he said the date that I'm actually going to die on, and then the episode ended. And then a skeleton popped out.
And then Mario said fuck, and my mom came in and got really mad at me. No, Mom, it was Toma who said fuck.
And then my dead girlfriend showed up and helped me beat the boss.
But so honestly, I'm sorry, but like
Actually, wait, no, that actually happens in this show.
it's true. No, see, I was gonna say I'm sorry, but like that whole subplot with Luna, that came off as creepy. That was creepy. No matter how you slice it, that was like, I get it. Oh, it's my best friend, but like, it's the fact that they kept her as an 8-year-old child. It's just like, dude, you're 26.
It is uncomfortable.
Stop whining. Stop. It was uncomfortable.
It was.
Especially towards the end. Like, especially like
They aged her up to
it's-
like hers and Kento's age. That
Sure, but that was a,
but that's
was a
the
little
thing.
too little.
She
too
has,
late.
Like, way
but
too
also think about it. She may look like a 26-year-old woman, but she's actually got the mind of an 8-year-old.
That's even worse. Oh God,
Like,
Phil,
I'm
no.
sorry.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like, and
See,
besides,
like
also,
here's the thing. Like, if it weren't for the fact that Toma's already like a stupid man child, I'd think it was creepier. But as it is, like, I didn't really think it was that creepy. I think it's like, now that you guys are talking about it, and I'm thinking about it, and like, even as an adult, she's still a child, except maybe not. Maybe she's like a million years old or some shit. I don't really know exactly. I was like,
This is going full lolicon, dude.
I mean, look, we already have incest in the show. We might as well go.
Oh my God. Well,
I mean, it's
we'll
a
get to
Fukuda
that.
show. They need
We'll
incest.
get to that. But
Actually, is
like,
Hasegawa to blame for that? Because he wrote more of this show.
Well,
He
then
also
again,
wrote most
like-
of Ghost.
you know what? We'll get to that when we get to the ending here. But like, but it's true. Like, when they aged her up, honestly, I didn't even think about it the way Phil said it. It kind of gets creepier when you think of it that way, where it's just like she doesn't actually understand anything. She's still an 8-year-old child in her brain. I'm just like, ugh. Don't do that.
it was
I mean, like,
That's
again,
fucked up, dude.
it was
I don't
introduced
think it's
way too
that-
late.
I don't think it was that creepy, if only because, like, well, also I wasn't paying attention most of the time.
Because
as
of
I've
course you weren't.
professed multiple times. But also I was like, I'm looking at now you guys saying that, I'm like, okay, I see a little bit of it, but I think it's just because Toma is already such a man-child, it doesn't come off that creepy to me, because, like, I mean, sure, he's an adult, technically, but he's not acting like one, so it doesn't come off like a creepy way. It's just like, oh, this is my friend I haven't seen in a while, oh, and then nobody kind of realized, oh, wait, this is a man in his mid-20s chasing after a small child. Oh, that's probably, I mean, granted, this
That's
is
a no-no
Japan,
thing.
and that really wasn't a no-no until recently over there anyway.
Well,
so.
see, again, it's that thing where it's just like, it's like honestly, dude, the way you even said it's like, it at this point it doesn't even seem as it just seems kind of sad, where it's just like Toma's like this fucking 26-year-old who just wants to keep like being an 8-year-old. He's like a Japanese Christian.
I mean, he hangs around in a bookstore and dresses up in silly costumes and reads books for kids.
Oh.
I mean, again, like, I
Brave
get it.
Dragon Chew.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Toma's not a danger
that-
to anybody else. Chris-chan is.
As you were saying, Jay.
As I was saying, I didn't take it as him being like a creepy lolicon, because again, like, I just saw him as an incompetent man-child chasing after the only friend that he has, except for Kento, who is also his friend.
Go
He
forget
spent
fuck
most of
Kento.
the show dead anyway. Well, dead, quote unquote, anyways. So it's like,
Well,
all
that's
right.
not-
But now that you're like talking about it, and especially now that when she became an adult, she didn't really like get smarter or anything because she's been in hell for like a decade. Like,
Yeah.
okay, all right, now it gets a little creepy here near the end. I get it now, but
See, for me, I wasn't even seeing it in a way of like he wants to like grope her. It was just like, I don't think any adult. I mean, unless it's your actual child, I don't think any adult should really be that obsessed with a little child in any sense. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking of it that way. I'm not thinking of it in the other way.
just the overall
Though, I mean, who
optics
knows?
of it, I suppose. Yeah,
Say what?
the overall optics of having an adult
yeah.
male chase after a small girl. So
See, it's weird when you say it like that because that makes me almost want like, what if this show was written with like. Maybe like somebody who was like 16, 15, like a teenager, like a actual teenager, not a 26-year-old man. Maybe it wouldn't have come off nearly as bad because at least then he would have been like closer in age, and you know you're a teenager, so you're way more susceptible to be really emotional that way. At least that would have made sense. But here it's just like, Toma, dude, you're old enough to play pachinko. For fuck's sake, just smoke another cig. That's really. I mean, that's all I got to say about Toma. I mean, Phil and Chad, you can say whatever you need to.
Chad, do you want to go first?
Phil, since I was the one that kind of like that had the floor first, you can go for it.
All right, I'll just say he's kind of a blank slate. I wanted something really, really more for this because, again, I've probably said it before, I am a writer. I studied writing. I wanted to see a character in Rider who was a writer. And
You wanted a Kamen Rider?
Wow.
Why did
Where
nobody
is-
make that joke? Nobody made that
Nobody
joke.
did.
Everyone
Shouldn't
made that
you-
joke back during the press conference.
Anyway, go on, Phil.
But-
wait, didn't I remember somebody used to use that username. I don't remember who. Somebody in here. Somebody? No? Am I just remembering wrong? I might just be confusing that. I don't know. It might have not been here. I don't know.
Anyway, as you were saying, Phil.
I just want a good character, and TOUMA is just this. He's too much of a Gary Stu. Everybody, we've said it before, everybody loves him. There's not one person who hates him. Hell, the one character who's supposed to hate him drops in after one episode. And it's stupid. It's stupid. Like, they all love him. They all adore him. He's a Gary Stu. End of story. At least give him some difficulties or something. Because, oh my God, I can't. I like when you like the side characters more than the main character, you know you done fucked up.
If I may interject,
yes,
it's even funnier when you think about it, because we'll get to him obviously, but with Ren, even though he hated TOUMA, he was really just being tsundere, and it was fucking stupid. So, Jad,
you know what? TOUMA can easily be summed up like by like everything, or like basically TOUMA at the beginning, I don't know what I'm doing, but this is a really cool world. And then Caliber, okay, whoa, Kento, calm down. And then betrayal arc, why does everyone hate me, quote unquote. And then Kento comes back. He basically became Naruto, or like it's basically Naruto Sasuke relationship. Except for Kento. He wouldn't shut up about Kento, and then he wouldn't shut up about Luna, and then here we are now.
and here's
but wasn't as homoerotic as Naruto and Sasuke? That's the question.
50-50.
No.
50-50 on that.
So
it was a little gay. It was a little gay. I mean, it's not as gay as Naruto was. I mean, let's not kid ourselves here, but it was a little bit gay.
But like, again, it's one of those things where it's just like, again, if they had just bumped TOUMA's age down a little bit, I don't think I would have nearly as been like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Like literally,
you know?
Like literally, this is like, we're looking basically at like, oh yeah, no, this is like a fresh college graduate, or like this is basically like the equivalent. He basically got his degrees and everything, and just like, oh, now he's acting really questionable. Like,
and it's even weirder too,
like,
because before the beginning of the series, he okay, from what we know from the beginning, he didn't even act that way.
Yeah,
he just sort of just fucking snapped.
Yeah, like
he like mentally was just like ooga,
unga,
like
unga bunga.
Like whatchamacallit? Like I think like the thing that initially at the beginning like that made me actually like TOUMA was just like, oh yeah, you know, this is relatable. It's like, oh yeah, I have the manuscript done. And then he points to his head. It's like, oh yeah, but it's at least it's finished up in here. I was like, okay, no, that's relatable. I like this guy. He seems like a Sento from like Build, except for literacy or literary Sento. What happened to that guy? Where did he go?
So Chad, what you're saying is the way we can sum up TOUMA is Ore wa Tamiyama TOUMA. I broke Chad with that one. I killed Chad with that one.
Not even that. It's just like, it's not even like Ore wa Kamiyama TOUMA, but it's simply just like, the thing that really broke me at the end was just like, omedetou, congratulations. Congratulations, TOUMA.
We will get to that.
Mm-hmm.
We will get to that. But yeah, so I guess from there, we I don't even really want to talk about Rintaro, honestly. But let's talk about Rintaro. Let's talk about him. He eats an eclair. He loves eclairs. And then they kind of forget about it.
I can just say this now. He's the only character who gets significant character development.
Which is surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Which says a lot about the rest of the characters in the show, huh?
Yep.
See, I mentioned this to Jay. Rintaro was the only one. The only one during the betrayal arc that it made sense with him, that why he didn't understand or why he didn't want to go against the guild. Mm-hmm. That he made sense because he was a religious zealot. That's what he was.
Yeah, he had drunk the Kool-Aid of Logos his whole life, and even now where he's being shown direct evidence that his whole philosophy in life was a lie, that he's still clinging to it because it's the only life he has, and I understand. I liked that. I liked that.
It made sense,
and it made sense. it was an actual good character moment for him too, and having him learn to break free. I don't know if to say break free of the conditioning or escape from the mind control or anything like that.
I think you could say that.
I guess you could suppose, you could say that if you wanted to. I don't necessarily want to say that, but more that he kind of learns
Scientology behind him.
Think for himself, I guess, if you want to put it like that. He learns to be his own guy, more or less.
And see, it's weird because he's one of the only things in this entire show, and I'm calling him a thing, but I mean more his arc. He's one of the only arcs in the entire show that's actually given any sort of long-term development where they give it time. Unlike literally anything else in this fucking show, they give him time to develop. And it's weird because then I'm not going to say he was superb. Like Alan, this was not. You know what I mean? This was not Alan.
Yeah.
But there was something there and I'm just like, you know what? If you had been in like 01 as like a third writer, I mean, I know 01 had like 50 million of them, but like if you were in 01 or if you were in a different show, I could see you being a standout in that show, even with everything around you. Like, I liked Rintaro. For the most part, I really did like him. It's just, the sucky thing is, and I hate when they do this, and I know a lot of shows do this, but what I hate what they do this is, his arc is done. He has fully accepted his role now. He is, as we were going to use, he's basically broken free. He's now himself. He's now his own person. And then they just kind of forget about him, which is even weirder because like 10 episodes or not 10, like 5 or 6 episodes after he's done with that arc, they give him his final form and it's like, well, there's really no reason to give him a final form anymore because there's really no way he can grow from there. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't grow anymore after that. He just kind of is. And the only thing they really throw at him is May, which, God, dude, that's a fucking shame.
I actually thought that was kind of cute. That could have gone somewhere. It was kind of like a Terui Akiko relationship, which is what I think they were going for. But the thing is, that relationship worked where he was a stone cold cynic most of the time, who was bound to duty, and she's the bubbly airhead who he finds charming.
Chad?
See, well, like here's the thing though. Like, all I'm gonna say is like I'm not gonna comment on that relationship yet. Mainly because at the time of this recording, there still hasn't been the epilogue episode, and
it's technically not done.
Just like if all logic, basically just happens, like just by all logic, for all logic's sake. Yeah, no, that's probably going to be a thing resolved in the next episode with Revice. So, just saying, guys, the thing we're covering here is basically the intended finale, not to the epilogue episode where we have to show off Revice. So, yeah, before y'all get on the keyboards and start commenting, oh my gosh, you guys actually didn't finish the series yet. It's like, no, technically, this is the completed series. So let's call it
over.
And
it's called the final episode, guys. We can't get any more complete
exactly
than this.
Unless you're Ryuki.
But see, that's why I'm saying, like, with Rintaro, I think had they given him more to do, I think he would still be... Because, again, he really doesn't get much to do afterwards. Even if you want to just make him a buddy... Because really, what surprised me is that him and TOUMA aren't exactly buddies, really. Like, they hang out, sure, but they're not really bros like people expect them to be.
They start off as bros.
See, like, here's the thing. Like, I feel like the thing that we can easily define their relationship is like, basically coworkers that get along.
Yeah. They're just coworkers. Which is weird because, like, all of the time that you would usually have with Rintaro, who is legitimately a fine character, I'm not going to call him great, but he's fine. He's legitimately a fine character. All that time you could have given to him goes to fucking Kento. What the shit is wrong with you guys?
What, don't you like TOUMA and Kento's Naruto Sasuke relationship?
You know what?
No.
Let's get into Kento because he was probably the biggest source of me just going, really?
Can I just get something out of the way about Rintaro?
You want to suck his dick?
No.
I mean, look, he's cute, but I wouldn't go down on that.
No.
You wouldn't eat the eclair?
Kento maybe. Kento's more my type.
Really?
I mean, I find him very attractive as a man.
It's the voice, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's definitely the voice.
But no.
Anyways, as you were saying, Phil, I'm sorry.
Honestly, throughout the entire show, when Master Logos started betraying like the entire guild, honestly, from that point on, I figured that at the end of the series, he would become the new Master Logos. But they never did it. And I'm a little...
No,
I kind of see why they wouldn't have. I kind of see why they didn't, though.
No, there's just no Master Logos now, because I guess we don't need a leader for our organization.
Look, after Shinken Gold, he can only go down.
Yes, after Shinken Gold, who's... I guess his super duper ancient grandpa Force Ghost is also Shinken Gold. I don't know. That fucking confused the fuck out of me.
No, Jay. Okay, I'll say this before we get into him proper. No, he was the same age as Tassel.
All right. Fucking
Welcome to the person who actually paid attention.
What?
Him, Storius, and the other two jerk-offs are all the same age.
No.
They were all there.
But they said they said that he's not the original Master Logos.
Yeah, he's not.
So how the fuck can he be the same age?
Apparently he is.
No, he's not.
Apparently
he's
he
the
is.
descendant of them.
Yeah.
So they're all the okay. So then they're the same person then.
So they
They're just the same-
they all just fucking look like Shinken Gold, I guess.
Wow, that's amazing. You all look the exact same.
But how does that work? Because genetics doesn't work that way. Because you don't know.
They reproduce asexually
Guys?
by budding.
It's fucking clones, I guess.
Phil, AJ, Jay. Remember, we know nothing of this world. Nothing of this world has been explained. Again, for
That's
all
true.
we know and care, there is no gravity. And by this law, as
You know
well,
what?
genes don't exist. DNA doesn't exist. None
No,
of this
you know
shit
what?
makes
You know
sense.
what, Chad? I'm gonna say you know what, Chad? I'm gonna do this. He pulled a Palpatine. He just has a lot. He just has no. It's you know what? It's the exact same logos from like thousands of years ago. It's just a clone. He just has tubes of bodies.
I was going to say that.
It's just Palpatine over and over and over again. It's like, this one likes catching fish. I don't want to use that body today.
See, that's probably how we got Shinken Gold.
So what you're saying is like, oh my god, so it's like Invader Zim. Like he threw out the Shinken Gold body. They found him. He's like, he doesn't have any brains. Just put some garbage in there.
Or
There you go. That's his brain.
like, he's,
I have just made a much more interesting character than this show ever could have.
see, basically, it's
This
just like
is an
one was
origin
too
story
peppy.
we need.
This one was too peppy.
Oh
He
my
gets-
god.
He likes samurai for some reason, so we're just gonna throw him into. Just gonna throw him out. Gonna ignore him.
So yes, let's go back to Kento
Yes.
and why he's the dumbest motherfucker I have ever seen. I swear he makes Michi look like 200 IQ. Like seriously.
I wouldn't say he's
Good
that
Lord.
stupid. He's definitely as stupid as Michi, but not stupider.
Yeah, but he didn't betray his friends.
Well, you
like-
know
like
what?
he
Yeah, I'll
did,
say that.
Like Michi did.
I
He
mean, on
didn't
the other
betray his
hand,
friends.
Michi couldn't see the fucking future, and yet somehow still constantly make the same mistakes.
No, Jay. Here, let me put it better for you. Michi could at least understand that fucking stupid creepy Loxy was gonna kill him. Kento can't actually get the fact that he's using the Sword of Darkness, the ultimate sword of evil darkness, and he doesn't get, maybe it's trying to manipulate me by showing constant bad futures that keep changing.
I don't think that's not what I thought was going on, because clearly the Sword of Darkness is just a normal part of the fucking organization, considering they just let his dad just be the Sword of Darkness for years and years and years until he betrayed everybody, and they just had it around the whole time. Apparently the Sword of Darkness does do that to you. It shows you futures. And the thing is, it's a Sword of Darkness that we know already from the past two does evil shit. So why wouldn't you not think, maybe those futures aren't exactly the best ones it's showing me on purpose?
Because power.
But then, in that case, is like, why do they just keep giving out the fucking Sword of Darkness to people? Why haven't they just done something with it?
Because the sort of logos are filled with a bunch of irredeemable
because
mental
it's
midgets.
the only sword that can actually seal all the other swords. That's why.
Which is another plot line that doesn't really go anywhere.
Yeah,
No,
that's
see,
right.
what's even dumber? No, you see what's dumb? You see, the thing is, what Jay said does have some water for one reason. Why would you give some random asshole the power to kill everyone?
Why the fuck would you have, like, I get that it's like, it's a thing with the, there was the Sword of Light and the Darkness Sword, and they were the original swords and all that. It's like, but like, why the fuck do you keep it around if it's evil? And it gives people visions of the future that drive them insane and also can destroy everybody else's swords. Why do you just keep
that shit in a vault?
Why the fuck do you keep giving it to people?
And even if
why the fuck is he why the fuck is the Knight of Darkness a main part of your organization? Why is he here? Why is this happening?
And even if
because shut up.
And even if
that's why.
Okay, and even if you didn't keep it in a vault, wouldn't the swordsman wouldn't the user, because we know because we'll get to that at the end with that whole caliber bullshit, wouldn't that person need to be, strong of mind and very skilled and make sure that they don't screw everybody over with that damn sword?
Obviously not, because they gave it to Sophia.
That's what I wasn't trying to
Obviously
spoil,
not, Phil, because every single person they give to somehow makes them go insane.
He did make Sophia go insane.
She'll use
not
it for
yet.
one episode, so I don't appreciate.
No. Not only did she use it for one episode, she got fucking jobbed out hard with it,
she's
bro.
also a pod person, so maybe it just doesn't work.
This is true.
That is.
Well, anyway, so sticking with Kento, but because the thing is, most of his problems come when he becomes Caliber, because every single moment you get, you think to yourself, Kento, let's think about this logically. You have been constantly proven wrong in your future predictions, with a sword of darkness that could potentially just be manipulating you because it wants you to be evil. And you've already seen twice in your life that your sword has turned good people bad. Think!
No, also question, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't they at some point also retcon it by saying it's like, oh yeah, no, I was the one, or I think it was Master Logos or something, it was like, oh yeah, no, that was all me showing you, the bad futures and whatnot.
I think they did.
I think, was it?
I think so.
Wasn't that, retconned? Or, I feel like that was, at some point, was that a thing? Isn't that a thing?
Phil, do you remember?
It might be. I think that
could have been. That even I'm not sure of, because again,
see, I don't remember them saying that.
I do remember one thing that
the second, I guess, technically first but second Caliber wasn't really evil. He was just he was kind of evil, but he's something traitors. That's why I'm plotting with these fucking supervillain monsters to try and kill people. Yeah,
that's the original Saber, who, by the way, this was forgotten, left Kurayami, the Sword of Shadows, to TOUMA, and then it got as he died. And what happened to it? It did not go to TOUMA. So it's just I don't know, maybe deal with.
Wait, so then what you're telling me, Chad, because you just said this, and let's take for 1 second the retconning thing here. Let's take that as canon real quick, just for sake of argument.
Yeah.
Does that mean that Shinken Gold has been doing this has done this 3 fucking times to 3 different people?
I believe so.
I guess.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's trying to blow up the Earth, I guess. I mean, I don't know how alerting everybody to his plans helps his plans. That's kind of antithetical.
No matter how you look at it, this is stupid. Because in that case, and if you're trying to make the Calibers seal the sword, like how you were doing with Kento, why not make fucking Kaido from Vice do it? Why not just make him do it? You had him there. He betrayed everybody. He could have just sealed everyone when he betrayed them. What the fuck, dude? Why'd you have to wait this long?
No way, dude. It's because he needed TOUMA because
okay.
I'm not legitimately legit. I'm not even trying to think about this hard. It's just you just think about it for a millisecond, and it's just
okay.
It's like the house of cards just crumbles.
Okay, I'm gonna go over 2 things right now. First off,
okay,
basically had to do a little bit of deep reading while we're recording this, but basically, so according to the wiki, and just I remember hearing this now. So basically, this is a problem with Saber, and kind of 0-1 to a lesser extent. Basically, there's a lot of supplementary material that you would need to watch and read and do other things with that happen outside the series proper. In this case, the thing I'm going to be referencing here is a thing that was included on the Blu-rays, which isn't even done yet.
I didn't even know they had a Blu-ray
apparently,
special.
Master Logos, 15 years prior to the start of the series, Master Logos' plan would catch the attention of Hayato Fukumiya, who witnessed visions of the world's destruction through Ankoku Kurayami, and foresaw the Master being the main perpetrator. And basically, he manipulated that.
What?
So basically,
Okay.
Wait,
What?
What you just told me, Chad, is that this motherfucker saw Master Logos being the bad guy, and Master Logos played into that.
Yeah.
All right.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
So then, my point still stands. Why did Master Logos never fucking use him?
Because he needed to use the sword of no, that's why.
I mean, look, Master Logos just kept fucking betraying people once he outed himself anyways, so I don't know if he had any plan beyond blow
Because
up
the show's
Earth.
happening now.
See,
I guess so.
like, if I'm going to be honest, this, like, Saber at this point can also be equated to the world's worst game of Among Us.
Bogus.
Amogus. I guess TOUMA was pretty sus around fucking Luna.
He was.
Yeah. But see, that's the
I
that's
mean,
like
it was a traitor arc. They could, TOUMA was.
you couldn't even bring yourself to do it.
No.
But see, okay. See, that's the biggest problem here. That's the biggest problem is that Kento from the beginning was just kind of bland. He's just whatever. He's Toma's best friend. Okay. But when he becomes Caliber, he becomes so instantly unreasonable with everything everybody tells him. And it's like, dude, why not just say something? Why not just do something?
You see, that's also another thing. That also basically outlines the problems of the betrayal arc. No one says shit. Everything
Except for
could have been
Yuri,
avoided if
who
someone
fucking
had a
told
whiteboard.
everybody that he's a fucking...
Pretty much.
No, Chad, remember, apparently nobody in this fucking entire guild knows who the Sword of Light is.
And besides that, no one actually has a whiteboard in this universe. How does no one have a whiteboard?
I don't know.
Apparently, the Sword of Logos don't know that they obviously know they're Satan, but they don't know they're Jesus. How the fuck do you not do that? Especially when you have, as Jay called him yesterday, an autistic sword nut in your fucking ranks.
I mean,
God,
yeah, you have the crazy sword maker guy who somehow doesn't immediately recognize the super magic sword of light that your whole like religion is built around, and I don't know how the fuck. I mean, like, he realizes, like, oh, I turned good, now I know who you are immediately. But when he's a bad guy, he's just completely clueless for no good reason at all, because plot. I mean,
Because it's happening now.
Look, as I said, the betrayal arc isn't that bad as a lot of people made it out to be. But because of the pacing, it comes off way stupider than it should, because every revelation just comes like Daishinji, the sword nut guy. He's the first one to turn good because, oh, I realized that the magic sword of light is actually the magic sword of light that our whole religion is built around. Maybe I should listen to him. Which makes sense that he should realize that, but it happens bizarrely so quick after they just have him ignore that it
Exactly.
feels
No, it was
rushed.
It was also
see,
him,
it's like
it was also him feeling Toma's sword connecting,
Which
to
is
the
so
light.
dumb.
Like,
I want.
Basically, didn't he just realize Toma was basically the special, and then said, like, you know what, Toma's the special, I'm gonna go with him.
Yes.
Pretty much.
But see, the thing is, like, and I used this analogy yesterday, because Jay and I, we were talking in the server yesterday with a bunch of guys. I used this analogy yesterday. It's literally the equivalent of me going up to Jay and saying, "Hey Jay, I want to touch the stove," and Jay says, "That's pretty hot, Jay." I'm like, "Fuck you, Jay, you don't know what you're talking about." And I touch the stove and it's hot. I'm like, "Oh, I guess you were right." That's literally what the betrayal arc comes out to. Only do that in like 0.5 of a second, where I'm just like, I'm completely antagonistic until, oh, that's right, I guess I was wrong. My bad,
again,
B.
everybody except for Ren has a good reason for why they believe that TOUMA is a traitor, and everybody has a good reason except for Ren why they change their mind. Ren is just a fucking moron the entire time and has no reason to even be here.
We'll get to Ren, Phil. We'll get to Ren.
No one likes Ren.
One thing I will say about Kento.
Anyway, weren't we talking about Kento?
We were.
Well, to be fair, there's not really much else to talk about Kento because there's nothing to him.
There is.
There really isn't.
No,
though.
let me
honestly,
say
I was kind of annoyed by Kento because like he dies and then he just like he doesn't. They kill him off for reals, but like I already knew he was going to come back because I saw the Zenkaiger crossover, and 2 because I've seen a Kamen Rider show and I know that they're not going to kill off one of the guys in the fucking opening.
Thanks,
and have them stay dead. I knew you were gonna say that, so that's why I said and stay dead.
No, but what I was
and then he comes back as Caliber and like he's fucking Caliber for like 20 episodes, and I was like, when is he gonna stop being Caliber? When is this arc going to end? It's just boring. I like the idea of him like, oh, I've given up because I can see the future, but like the whole future shit doesn't matter anyways. So
because he keeps being proven wrong.
Because one, again, as we now I guess know that he was being manipulated because whatever. But on the other hand, it's like, how does somebody who can see the future keep making the same fucking mistakes episode to episode?
Yeah, what I was going to say was they make him out to be Toma's best friend from childhood, but they never actually elaborate how they met. I mean, they show them being kids and hanging out, but they never showed like what did to their parents, what happened to their relationship, where did Kenta go.
See, like Phil, basically, like this again. This is also, I'm gonna say it again, just like recent writer series also are making the mistake, and like even Japanese fans are also realizing this as well. Is that basically a lot of the things that are important information that we would like to see are not things that we can see on the TV series proper. And that's like basically we gotta go buy the Blu-rays, gotta go read the manga, etc., etc., etc. But basically, the way they met, yo, that's a cool book. Oh, hey, you seem like a cool dude. That's about it.
But see, the thing is, my biggest problem kind of jumps off of what Phil said, but it's not how they met. Is that even when they're together, I just kind of get the feeling that they're again just closer than Rintaro, sure, but they're just co-workers because I don't really get friendship from them. Sure, oh, trust me, I know that they're friends because the show doesn't let me forget. They shove it down my throat every 5 seconds by showing me the exact same flashback. But like, every time I see him with TOUMA, I'm just like, what are you friends over? What do you have in common? What are your likes? Do you like anything? Are you both like what are you friendly with? What do you fucking go to like? What are you, Fortnite? Are you playing Fortnite together? What the fuck you do all day? You just sit around and read a shitty book? Even then, you don't even read books half the time. What are you, just smoking? I mean, hey, you know what? Fine, you can bond over cigs, but fuck, dude, at least show that. At least show something there.
You see, like that's like, also another thing. Like I think it's also again, it's very surface level here. Like in the initial episodes, like when you first see them, there's just like you see them being extremely dorky. And it's like, oh yeah, let's actually dress up, and it also just plays into your credence of, oh yeah, no, TOUMA is basically a giant man-child, and everyone else around him are basically man-children. And it's just kind of weird.
Exactly. Honestly, when you say it like that, I can very much see it. Maybe this show would have been better if everybody here was like 13. Maybe.
Yep.
But it's true because like every single time they're on screen, I don't get any chemistry. And again, I'm not saying that every single writer show has to be a bromance like Eiji and Aang or Shotaro and Philip. I'm not saying that at all. But just something a little bit more that I can tell you guys are friends, other than the show saying they aren't friends. They like each other. Books. Because I don't really see it. But I guess it's really everything from Kento, because really everything else, he's just kind of boring. And then he dies. And that's it. And then the ending happens. So, I guess we talk about Ren, because he's the only other one that's more than just one note.
Ren's a bitch.
And not in a good way. Ren is like Mutsuki who never grew up.
How is he not one note? Because he's the most one note motherfucker in the entire show.
That's why I said he was a bitch.
What the fuck
Well,
does he even do in this show? What the fuck?
He complains.
He's supposed to be TOUMA's rival, and he says that in his first appearance, but
Allegedly.
they kind of drop it. And then during the betrayal, he goes off on his own because he feels like he's not up to Kento's standards, and he goes off with Disaster to become stronger, and then they have their little thing going on, and it's. And then and then he joins up again.
It's really weird. It's really weird because, like Phil said, he was supposed to be TOUMA's rival. He barely even talks to the fucking guy.
Yeah.
He barely talks to him.
See, like, here's the thing. Like, remember, like, basically, this whole show with Ren, basically, it can be summarized as everyone telling Ren, calm the hell down. Never! And then
He's right. Chad's
it
right.
just keeps on going, because at first he's just like, oh yeah, no, I kind of hate you, TOUMA. And then they just never go from there.
I mean, you know what? That's a good enough reason. I hate you because that's fine. You don't need a reason.
Yeah, that's a totally good enough reason to
and-
betray everybody you've ever known and loved because one guy is just better than you.
Yeah, and then eventually just...
I mean,
look,
you know what?
It's
you
not
know
like
what?
that's never
I would
happened
be.
before.
You know what? I would be mad too if I trained all my fucking life to be just like my senpai, and then motherfucking Gary Stu over here comes in and takes my senpai's heart away. I'd be kind of pissed too. I won't lie.
I would.
Yeah, and then basically,
But
you also
the problem-
said it right there. It's like Ren then defines himself through Kento. Then Kento kind of just says, no, F you, and then just like, oh no, my sword. And then from there, just kind of goes off the deep end and then doesn't do anything.
But that's what I was gonna say. The biggest problem is, I understand what they're going for with him, with Disaster especially. He's not on the dark side, but he's kind of feeding into it with Disasters. Hey, I'll make you stronger. Well, you're a bad guy. Well, yeah, but you can always learn something from the bad guys. So they're trying to feed him into that. But like Jay said, and the thing is, when we say he doesn't do anything, we don't mean he's gone for episode at a time. We mean literally we have scenes with him just walking around and eating. And that's it.
Yeah.
He rarely, and I mean rarely, fights anybody after he leaves. All the rest of the time is just him and his ass just fucking around. Honestly, it's kind of weird because his whole goal is to get stronger, but he's not doing anything. Like, he's literally just sitting there being a hobo. even Kento is just like, dude, like, you want to like come back? Well, you can train with us. He's like, no. Well, what are you doing? You didn't ramen. Fuck off.
See, also,
Pretty
That's
much,
it.
yeah. They just
AJ, this is actually... You're gonna really hate this for this, mainly because, again, whatever the Saber production team was doing, especially with their social media, for some reason,
God.
they like to show everything happening off-screen. Or either everything... There's supplementary material. You know where they showed friggin' Kento and... Oh, no, not Kento, but Ren and Desas training? You guys want to know where?
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 Omori Hill.
It was on the damn Instagram, the Saber Instagram, that you can't see anymore because it got hacked.
Oh.
See, when you tell me something like that, I'm honestly, I'm going to save that for my final thoughts, honestly. But I'll say this. I'll say this here. When you say something like that, it makes me feel like Toei didn't give a shit about the quality of this show. They just wanted to like show their social medias and stuff like that. Because what purpose, what excuse, a good excuse, would you have to do that? Because that's such an important thing. What's the point of doing that? That's like, you know what it would be like? That's like saying, that would be like having the Cell arc, you know, with Gohan and Goku doing in the fucking hyperbolic time chamber. That's like that happening in like Dr. Slump, in like a fucking back page of Dr. Slump. Oh, well, I mean, they trained. Technically, it happened. You can see it on page, but you can't see it in Dragon Ball Z. It happened in Dr. Slump. Go read Dr. Slump, and you can get it. Like, that's exactly what happened there. I'm just like, what the fuck's the point of that, dude? Shouldn't you put that in the show so I can actually have something to... So why would you not put that in the show so I can actually come here and say, you know what, I was wrong. Ren actually became pretty cool when we saw him train. But then... what kind of low IQ bullshit is this? Like, this is like writing 101, guys. Don't chop off important scenes if you know you're going to use them.
It's called character
Especially if you're going to use them, don't put them on your fucking social media.
Yes!
Especially not Instagram.
Exactly.
And especially not when it gets hacked.
Most people...
Yeah, the Instagram is now hacked.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, most people don't even know Instagram plays videos. People just think of Instagram as pictures, for fuck's
Oh, no,
sake.
they do
At
play
least put it
videos.
on
They
YouTube.
play it on video, but the videos are always very short sometimes.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, at least put it on YouTube or something that we can actually know what's going on.
I'm sorry, AJ. We gotta get
Fuck.
with the times and stuff. We gotta do Instagrams.
Yeah, I mean the kids are definitely using Instagram. I don't know
Yeah,
any kids that are using it, but
Hey, but how it go, my fellow kids? Like the fact that the fact that it's Instagram and not Twitter, I'm just like, I mean, who knows? Maybe Instagram is just way more popular in Japan than Twitter is. I don't know.
But like, see, that's also like, it's also interesting. Is like the Saber Instagram. Like, there were episodes at a time. It's like, we don't know what Disaster's doing. It's like, what's he doing? And apparently, it's like they have like fun little photos of him reading manga or just like really exploring the world. And it's just like it's basically him just fucking around. And then like you also have and it's like you have this video. It's just like, wait, this like, kind of seems important. Like, is it just like an action reel, or is this like them actually training, or is it like, oh wait, no, this is actually supposed to be important. Why aren't we seeing this? Why isn't this in the show? And then you realize, oh yeah, we gotta focus on Kento and Toma's relationship, and that eventually,
Mugen no promises.
yes.
Oh my god, it would be like in Gaim if you never saw Kaito eat the Helheim fruit, and that happened on like Twitter,
Oh my.
on his Twitter,
Yeah.
not even the official one.
I mean, I know
was like-
more people probably would have seen it on his Twitter than the
Oh,
official one.
I mean, would they do? Would they?
50-50.
Probably.
Probably.
Maybe.
Or just to fuck with people, they put it instead of Gaim, they put it on they put it on Drive's Twitter.
Yeah, they put it in the future.
They put it on Wizard's Twitter. Fine, there you go. They put it on the actual Wizard actor's Twitter. Ah, there you go. We're going deep here. But yeah, that's Ren, because there's really nothing else to talk about. He's just an asshole. He's just an asshole. He's such a miserable. Honestly, and I agreed with Jay when he said this. He brings Disaster down, because Disaster should be a fun character, but he's such a fucking. He's around such a stick in the mud. It's like, ugh, dude.
But even Disaster they ruined. Like they gave him the Sword of No at one point. Or no, he takes the Sword of No. Doesn't even become a rider. At least only once. And
But he does become a writer. Yeah,
I said once.
Why the fuck did Disaster become a writer? What the fuck was the point of that?
Because we got that suit. We gotta show it. God damn it! Why else are we showing the suit? It got damaged and we're too cheap to fix it.
Even though we used the suit for like an entire
He
fucking
could have
movie.
been an interesting character, but the thing is, he's gone for like a good chunk of episodes at times, and I forgot that he like when he killed the original Saber and the second Caliber, because fucking I forgot his name. I was actually like, who the fuck is this guy? I'm like, oh, that guy. I thought he was dead. I thought he was
Honestly,
gone.
that I was gonna bring that up too with Disaster, because I guess we're in Disaster now. With Disaster, he does something important, and then he just fucks off. He's gone. He's gone until Ren has to do something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically he's gone, and then you see his adventures on Instagram. You see him reading manga. You see him enjoying life. It's like, oh yeah, I just killed someone. No, I'm just gonna vibe somewhere. That is basically
Yeah,
Disaster.
but see, that's the thing. We never see
I
him,
would've
so
liked
it's
to have
like, who
seen that.
fucking cares? Like, legitimately, there's so much nothing in this show that happens. You might as well.
Honestly, like I kind of liked Disaster kind of becoming like a not good guy. I think that would have been fun if he wasn't stuck with, again, if he wasn't stuck with the most uninteresting character in the show, Ren. I think he would have been way more enjoyable, because I saw people, and Chad knows this because he's the one who showed me this post. I saw people comparing him to Momotaros, and initially, before I had watched the show, I was like, you're full of shit. I need you to shut up. And now that I'm watching the show, I'm like, all right, I can see the comparisons. They're very similar-ish characters in there. The fact that they're like the goofy monster man who's kind of good, kind of not. Like, superficially, yeah, I can see the comparisons, but he could have been a way better character if he wasn't shackled to such a like if he was working with like Rintaro or Buster or anybody who had like a personality. I think Disaster would have been way more interesting.
He would. No, the thing is, he would have been, because again, he's around a stick in the mud. He's around a guy who doesn't do anything, and when he does, he's just miserable, and it sucks because he should. I mean, again, I would have liked Disaster to be around somebody like a Rintaro. That'd be kind of fun. Or shit, if you don't want to put Kento back with the good guys right away, why not Kento and Disaster? There's something there, something. Not just an ass, because Ren was an asshole, man. Fuck.
Besides that, like, do we even know anything else about Disaster, anyways?
He book.
Yeah, that's
he's
he's
a Megido, maybe, sort of.
Remember when Megidos were important?
Remember when this was a show about a monster a week plot? Yeah, I don't.
Anyways, but yeah, I guess we go. I guess just real quick, lightning round of the other guys because they're pretty one note. Daishinji, he likes swords.
Yeah.
He likes Thorth.
Like,
do you like the fact that they basically dropped the whole split personality thing that he had literally the first episode?
He didn't have split personality.
Not really. No, I mean they kept that pretty consistent.
Did they though?
No, he had advanced hearing.
They did.
That's what dropped. That's what they dropped. He had
no. I'm talking about the fact that they literally said in one of the episodes the first time he came in that he's a shy guy, but when he transforms, he gets all fucking wacky like that.
They did.
They said that.
They kept that consistent.
I don't remember that. I don't remember most of that because a lot of the stuff, it just seems like he's stuck with it.
They only introduced it when he first transformed because he showed up a little earlier and he's like, he's kind of, I don't want to say like shy, but he's a loner. He's kind of...
He's introverted.
He's a weirdo introvert, yes. But then when he transforms and he goes into his power-up mode, he goes into he's a shrieking psycho, and they were consistent about that. Up until like the last 4 or 5 episodes where he's just like that all the time, they were consistent with that. There were a couple exceptions where they broke it, but that's just because when he's nerding out over sword shit, and that's fair because that's like, oh, this is the thing I like. This is what I'm getting really excited about. And then when he tries to molest Yuri basically, and he's like jumping around and chasing.
Yeah,
after
he got
him
a hard
like
on for that sword.
Yeah, he's a little gay for swords. I mean, you know what? I don't mind that at all. I like that part, but no, he was actually pretty consistent as a character. I was kind of surprised about that they kept that consistent.
Yeah, and just if I'm going to be honest, I think aside from 2 other characters, just basically Daishinji is basically one of the most, I don't know, he's one of the most that didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong, and I have no problem with him.
Yeah, I really liked him to be entirely honest. He was probably my favorite character in the show, aside from
That's a shock.
Well, I don't want to say he's my absolute favorite, but he's definitely close up there because I like his shtick. I think he's a fun character when he's actually getting to do shit, which is not very frequently. He's interesting.
With a suit like that, I'm shocked.
He's very interesting because he's supposed to be the smart guy, but he's kind of he's a weird take on the obnoxious smart guy, I guess. I like that.
Well,
he's
like the how do I say? He's obviously for swords, he's the eccentric scientist basically.
Yeah, he's basically
he reminds me a lot of Kengo from Forza, where he's the mission control guy who builds the power-ups more or less, kind of. Not really the same thing where he maintains the swords and everything like that, so he's kind of the same role, but he just kind of hates everybody and wants to be left alone and he keeps getting kind of dragged into situations, but it's mostly a front, and I like that about him. And then he just doesn't fucking do anything for 10 episodes at a time.
Well, Jay, of course. Well, why would he do anything? Why would he? Toma's here.
Don't worry,
Toma's
guys.
Here, Jay?
It's Toma's time. It's Toma's time to be the hero.
When Toma's not around, the other character should say, "Where's Toma?"
I mean, they
Anyways,
had a little.
I mean, again, I didn't even really mind Dicey. I kind of, again, I did like him too. I just honestly, I don't remember it being as consistent as that. I remember him just kind of being again, I don't even mind him being wacky. I liked the fact that he was wacky because he wasn't like annoying wacky. You know those characters in Rider where they're just, God, shut the fuck up.
Oh, you mean May?
We'll get to her. But yeah, like I liked him. I liked him for the most part. Also, he has one of my favorite suits in the show because it's so fucking wild.
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
You mean like the rider suit, or are you talking
The only
outfit?
one he has.
Ah.
No, not
I mean,
the outfit.
his regular outfit's pretty nice.
I'll
I
actually
like
say that about. Wait, sorry, Jay, you were saying?
a lot of like the civilian costumes in this show are really good.
Yeah, they are.
I think the only one whose outfits aren't consistently good is probably either Yuri, who's got like he's kind of bland, but that's kind of his shtick, I guess, and Touma consistently has like half of a good outfit, and then the other half just ruins it.
Touma is like the guy who only knows how to dress himself on the top.
Exactly. Like he's got.
Sorry.
He looks like an idiot half the time because it's like he knew what he was gonna wear and then just like he ran out of time, so he just threw on whatever and it completely ruins the outfit.
It's honestly, dude, I was like half the time I was just like, Touma, what the fuck are you wearing?
I freaking love.
I saw somebody Photoshop his pants to be like 3 times bigger, and I didn't realize it was a Photoshop for like a solid minute because it
looks so real.
It just looks like his normal outfit. Yeah.
You were saying, Phil?
I was saying AJ knows this, but I don't know if you guys know this. I freaking adore Kento's civilian outfit when he's as Spada, not as Caliber, because it looks like he's wearing a wicker jacket. And I'm like, or wicker coat. I'm like, that cannot be comfortable. I want to buy that costume, but AJ's like, no, don't do it. It's like, but I like it. I want it.
But,
honestly, it's kind of surprising how consistent they were with I mean, at least with the sort of Logos gang, how consistent they were with all of their uniforms.
Yeah, like I
liked it.
Think like with Kento, for example. I mean, aside from, like, I don't know how I felt like about his outfit when he returned with the turtleneck, especially, and like, oh no, was it just me? It just kind of looked weird, and like it's still a step up from the potato sack he was wearing. But I don't know about the turtleneck.
All the time.
But with the color of turtleneck, that's the kind. But yeah, for the most part, I did like some of. But yeah, I love Slash's outfit or suit. Like his rider suit's fucking great. It's you know what it is. I think I've learned a while back. I love when rider suits break convention. And his is a really, really big stray from even last season, dude.
It looks like X-Aids almost. It looks like something out of X-Aid.
It looks like something that could be an X-Aid.
Yeah.
But I love it. It's so cool. It's so bright. Like, is there a figure out of this, Chad?
Not yet. Pretty much, I believe they're going to be announcing more of the Saber figure arts. I think within the coming week or so. I know they previewed.
Because I would like
Slash
that.
And Kenzan, but no, they haven't been given release dates yet.
After Daishinji, I guess we talk about Booster.
You mean Buster?
Yeah,
Yes.
Booster.
AKA my favorite character.
Kamen Rider Booster.
So
Booster.
Can I just say, because he's my favorite character. There's not much to his character. He's basically just, he's there for support. But he's also there to help. Like he's got a son that he looks after, who he's very close with, and he's kind of like the morale booster sometimes when it comes to the gang, and that's what I like about him. He's not some heavy duty meathead with a giant sword. He's a loving father who knows that he needs to do his duty to protect his son, his wife, and the world at large. And that's what I love about him. He puts he uses that as inspiration for in his duty as a swordsman. And it's also, I love his suit. I just love how bulky and big it is. It's like, you see this guy come into a room, it's like, you don't want to fuck with him. Like, this is somebody that commands respect.
Too bad he's a fucking jobber.
He kind of is.
With a sword that big and a suit that intimidating, he gets jobbed out a lot, dude. Holy shit!
He really does.
But yeah, like I was gonna say, like I do like the idea behind his character because he's just a dad. That's it. He's a dad. What the fuck? What more do you need? He just wants to make. Hey, look, I have a kid.
You know
make
what?
Sure my
like
kid.
again,
The thing is, you don't need much more than that, really.
I read all the manga for Buster. It's actually pretty good. I liked it. It's a cute story. Basically how he met his wife and then like basically like finding his like way or like finding his way to balance like being a swordsman and being a dad at the same time. Those are all really good stories.
Kind of cute.
Kind of sucks we didn't get that in live action format.
I wish we did.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I liked Buster in the sense that I think I kind in any of the show I feel like I wish he could be the. I know they would never do this because after Hibiki, I know, but I wish he was the main character. I would love a show I would love a main writer who's just a dad. It's like, hey, I have a kid I need to take care of. I have a wife, I have a job, and I'm a writer. I would love that. Would be a great idea.
That really would, and considering like you look at Japan, there are, I don't know how accurate this is, but there are a lot of fathers nowadays in the modern generation that are actually a lot more involved with their families than the tradition of they were the salarymen or they would just go out and work and the wife and mother would take care of that. No, they're getting involved in that, and that would be so cute seeing like children watching that and seeing a main writer who's a father that they can project that onto their father. If they have one, unfortunately, some of them may not have one. Again, you know what I'm saying, right?
Shinzo Abe propaganda. I get you.
I mean, it's kind of. I mean, first off, it would be nice to see that, obviously, but at the same time, just culturally and just I think statistically, that's just. I feel like that's very. I believe that's actually very inaccurate of just current Japanese society, unfortunately. But also, at the same time, that is not a rant for this video either. But just
no.
Long story short. Buster's a great character. Kind of wish we got to see him more and not be a jobber. Kind of wish his manga was more readily available. And, if you guys can read the manga, go read it. It's cute. I think y'all enjoy it.
He's also
for more of Chad talking about Japan's culture. Join us next week where Chad has a 3-hour talk about why you're stupid.
Thank you for attending my Chad talk.
Anyways, to get back to the topic, I'm gonna be the odd one out here, which is
you didn't like the daddy.
No, I kind of hated Buster, to be entirely honest. I thought he was kind of annoying, to be entirely honest. I thought he was loud and obnoxious, and I didn't like his kid, and his dynamic with the kid wasn't really explored very well, and it's just. Like, the kid, the kid is like 6, so I'm not going to say that the kid is a bad actor, because that's like, obviously he's not going to be a good actor, because he's like fucking 6 years old, but I didn't find Ogami to be a very good actor. He didn't have a whole lot of range, and he didn't, like, none of his dialogue really let him, like, explore his range and emotions. He was just kind of like, ha ha ha, I am... loud, excited, fighting beefcake guy, and he didn't really have much of like an arc or a personality or anything I don't know anything about Buster as a character. I don't really other than my son and my wife, like what is there to Buster as a character in the show? I'm sure there's the manga, but I mean not everybody's gonna read the manga to know that.
Yeah, that's basically why I said I like the concept of him, not him himself, you know what I mean?
And I just I didn't like. I kind of don't like his suit. It looks.
Yep.
I don't like a lot of the suits in this show. I can only.
I don't like Buster's.
I don't like Buster's. I don't like half of most of the writers in the show just look like shit. To be entirely honest, I think the only one who looks like remotely decent is Blade's default form, and his final form's all right. It's a little too gaudy, but I'm
a sucker for white, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I thought that was very regal and.
Well, as you were saying, Jay.
It's a bit much, but no, and I was kind of disappointed because again, I see you guys talking about Buster a lot. I'm like, oh, this guy sounds great, and then I get into the show, I'm like, oh, this is Buster. All right, I'm disappointed.
to be fair, Jay, but Buster wasn't my boy. He was Chad's boy.
He was my boy.
Well, Chad had him before you, so.
But not even necessarily you two. Just like I've seen a lot of people talking about Buster. I mean, like he got a fucking spin-off. He got a spin-off. I'm like, all right. Clearly, there must be something to him. But
well, no, like, I'm shocked that you saw so many people talk about Buster. I'm not gonna lie. Like from the circles I'm in, I don't see anybody talk about this guy. He's like kind of like the forgotten writer of this show.
I mean, granted,
at least in the ones
that's everybody in this show. That's everybody who's not TOUMA.
Sure. You know what I mean.
No, I get what you mean. Like, but yeah, like when the show was first like starting up, I know he was like, oh yeah, everybody's really liking Buster, and like, oh, he got a spinoff, and like, oh, I know Chad really likes him, and I know Phil likes him, and I know AJ said nice things about him. I'm like, all right, he must be really great, and he's not. He's kind of boring, and like, all right.
To be fair, at the same time, I'm also trying. This is Saber. I'm trying to find something good about this show.
I mean, that's valid. That's totally valid.
Unfortunately, most of the good stuff comes from the aesthetics, not from the story.
See, I didn't really. So I mean, before we get into who the fuck is left, the incest twins. Before we get into them, I guess we can just dive a little bit into the aesthetic. Honestly, a lot of the suits here didn't really tickle my fancy, except for Slash. Not really. Like, I mean, the obvious one now would be like, I didn't really care for any of Saber's outfits. Like, you know, I thought Primitive Dragon would have like really tickled my fancy, but the whole thing with the fucking book title, and I mean, look, I'm always a sucker for skull-like suits. I mean, shit, Dangerous Zombie, but like Primitive Dragon was not it just looked kind of crappy. And like most of the suits didn't look really that great.
The only suit I could say that was also up there that I really like, that would probably be that in my opinion is over Buster's or any other suit, is Draconic Knight. I love how simple it is. It's a rider suit, but it looks like the armor of a knight, and I love that.
Yeah, I understand that.
See, that's the thing. Like, I think Saber, especially, like, all the forms and whatnot, it peaked with Draconic Knight. And then from there, only went downhill until you had, color, or, like, palette swap to Saber, or I guess Cross Saber, as it's called, or whatever.
But yeah, it's supposed to be a reference to Stronger.
Well, okay, see, yeah.
How?
Yeah, see, okay, first, here's the thing. We could say that for Zero 2. Because that actually looks like an upgrade, while still being simple. Here, it is just a palette swap and changing the horn, and that is about it.
He's right.
But hey, we have palette swaps all the time at the stage shows.
Yeah, because
these are the actual like rebuttals I've heard people say to not liking Cross Saber. By the way, I'm not making this up. This is the shit I've seen. Jay has fucking seen this.
Ugh.
I already have to see it.
What is it?
I know. I'm sorry, Chet. No, I'm talking about the rebuttals. That whenever someone says that Cross Saber's a palette swap, people like doing that stupid fucking. Ooh.
But it is a palette swap.
It is, and it's shit.
It's not.
It's bad palette swap.
It's a palette swap essentially. That's actually one thing I've noticed with the suits, and I don't know. Okay, only until we get to the end of Revice would I actually be able to say that this is the theme. But is it just me, or are the final forms being phased out for more powerful forms that are based off of the base suit?
I see the idea behind. Okay, I saw someone say the exact same thing Phil did. And I see the idea behind it. It's supposed to be a thing of coming full circle where you no longer need any stronger forms. You are powerful enough in your base. But it kind of doesn't work because those forms are still supposed to be upgraded forms of the base form anyway. So it's like, well, it doesn't matter if it looks the same. I mean, it's still stronger. So it's not exactly, I just need to use my base form. You know what I mean? It's just kind of stupid. It's not the same as like X8 when they were using their level 1 forms to beat fucking Game Deus. It's not the same thing here. It just kind of comes off as stupid, really. And I really don't like that idea. Somebody said, well, it's supposed to be because Ray was about simplicity. It's like, motherfucker, did you see most of Saber suits? Simplicity, my asshole.
They were.
Did you see Espada suits?
Did you see freaking Golden Alangina? Did you see Crimson Dragon? Did you fucking see Lion Trisenki? The friggin' thing that has cannons on its arms.
You see,
That
like,
is-
Dude,
I
legit,
think,
dude. Oh yeah, go for
I
it.
think basically when they mean simplicity, it is like basically for their final form. So in this case, any mid-season final like power-ups and whatnot, yeah, no, that's definitely not going to be simple. But like in this case, it's just like, oh yeah, we're going to be harkening back to like simpler times, like with Ultimate Kuga, like with 02, and then Cross Saber, and then see that's again, like Cross Saber is the exception here, or like not exception, but it's just like it is the massive.
Let's hope it's
Massive.
the exception.
Yeah, but
say-
See, honestly, dude, honestly, I'd like to go back real quick.
Yeah.
Golden Algina was probably the worst suit in this fucking show. That was gross. Like, I don't particularly like Toei Gold to begin with, but Golden Algina was holy shit. What the fuck are you doing? That was.
But AJ, don't you like gold?
I do like gold, but
No,
Garo
no.
has gold, and Langina just got pissed on by Shirakura.
yeah, because the thing is, the gold that Toei uses is not a shiny gold. It's just a paint, so it doesn't really look like it's shining. Garo, on the other hand, does have shine.
Like, it's just nasty.
Also-
Again, most of the suits in this show are not great. Honestly, this is just a guilty pleasure of mine. I think the only other suit I like was fucking Sabala's,
Yeah, Sabella's,
and that's
is-
only because I liked the daintiness of it.
Also,
I
guys,
kind
if
of
we're gonna
like
be real,
Durandal's suit.
I
It was
like
pretty
Ca-
cool.
I like
the-
Calibers.
I like the color balance.
like if we're gonna
Wait,
be
wait,
honest, guys, like in terms of gold,
who's Jay?
No, go on.
I liked King Crimson's suit. As I like the balance of the teal and the black. It looked really good.
Honestly, you know what's weird, Jay? I can barely remember what it looks like. and I'm not trying to be funny. Like I guess it's because I like with his fights there were just I don't know. Maybe the way they were shot. I don't remember
It
the way
kind of
it
looks
looked,
like
really.
DN's helmet.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well. Speaking of the incest twins, let's run through them real quick before we have to get to the villains.
All right,
Unfortunately,
I need to ask one question in regards to that, and I feel very kind of dirty
Yes,
asking
they want
this.
to fuck.
No, Chad, I have a question to ask you because you're
Yes.
probably more well versed in this than I am.
How can I help you?
oh no.
What is Japan's obsession with incest?
I don't know.
Oh, he went there.
That's
don't
a
know.
fucking loaded question, Phil. Jesus.
To be honest,
why do so many siblings want to fuck?
I mean, there's so many anime subplots that go into that, and it's like you do know that this is probably me coming from a non-Japanese standpoint. I feel dirty asking.
I'm not
this.
sure if you were Japanese, you would still want to.
Well,
I
see,
don't
dude, like, here's
know.
the thing, though. Like, you can ask me all you want, and frankly, I'm not full Japanese. Remember, I'm only half Japanese American. And if I'm going to be very honest, I don't know. Incest for the wincest? I don't know. Just,
Well, see, especially in
I
this
don't
show,
know.
it just
I
comes
choo-
off as fucking weird.
and I just, it's weird, and I choose not to go that direction. And I just, yeah.
You know, it's weirder because, again, these are the two same writers who did Ghost.
Yeah.
And in Ghost, they also had a bro and
Yeah.
sis wanting to fuck.
Yeah, well, no, technically the brother wanted to fuck the sister. The sister wanted
Oh,
to fuck
yeah,
Alan.
I got you. Now we're mixing it up. Now the sister wants to fuck the brother. Yeah, it's a real mix-up here.
See, like, that's the
Well,
thing.
like-
If you also think about it, like, if we
It broke new ground, okay?
like if we look at past writer series, like we never had this to begin with, and it's a great thing we didn't have to deal with it. But here, clearly, you're
The
seeing a
only
pattern.
thing that was the closest thing I could ever see to semi-incest was how Go was just super obsessed with fucking what's her fuck Kyrie? Is her name? What's her name?
Kiriko.
Kiriko. There you go. I don't remember her name. Like, but even then, that was just like, all right. Well, at least I get it. He's just trying to protect her sister because he's super fucking racist. Here, it's just like, bro, the gene pool is gonna stay in the gene pool. Like, that's
You
gross.
see,
Their family tree is going to be a circle.
I like that. I like
and
that.
they've
good.
come full circle.
Ew.
Oh,
What are you guys
my.
thinking? What are you guys
I don't
thinking?
know.
I just said come full circle. What are you guys thinking? Get your minds out of the gutter.
But the thing is, like, that came okay for Sabella.
Well, obviously, King Crimson can't get his mind out of her gutter, so.
For Sabella, it came out of nowhere because the thing is, she was made out to be this like this shady character, who then we find out is a part of a clan that is trained to protect Master Logos. But then she starts getting her ass handed to her, and she's no longer a credible threat, and she suddenly, out of the blue, is protective of her brother when any other girl is hitting on him. And I'm like, this is kind of fucking creepy.
Well, Phil, I'm gonna rebut it with this. It came out of fucking nowhere in Ghost 2.
That is true.
Like, remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
There was nothing foreshadowing of that, and it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it just popped up in a thing.
It feels like with Ghost, it feels like people were making jokes about it because of the way. What the fuck was his name again?
Makoto?
Makoto, yeah, it was like the way Makoto was
God.
written. Like, people were making jokes about it, and they just they did it to fuck with people, but here it's just like they started doing it deliberately. Like, nobody was making. I think like one person made the joke about them. It's like, oh, he's gonna do the incest plot again, and then they did. But like at what point is it like making like playing along with the joke, and then at one point is just you putting your fucking incest fetish into the show? Like, where does the line end here?
Hey, it's not incest if you say it was a prank.
It's true.
Incest for the recess, as they say.
Or unless you're Christian.
Oh. But, like, see, here's the thing, though.
Anyways.
Here's another thing. So, can any of you guys tell me what we know of these characters, aside from
Nothing!
the writers,
Nothing.
possible incesting? Yeah, we know nothing about them. And, like, the most character development we got from them was from the Zenkaiger episode. Even so, we still don't know anything about them, but it was a nice change.
They just they have Sabela, whatever the fuck her name was. They have her they have her being like super duper unnecessarily shady evil, like for no good reason, and then she just stops being evil.
She face turns for no reason.
Yeah.
No. See, what's even weirder, right, is that she was technically even more indoctrinated, and so like her brother and her were more indoctrinated than fucking Rintaro, but they still were able to break away from the Sword of Logos Master easier, like more easy, like even easier than Rintaro did. Like all they had to say was, "Oh, he's kind of shady, isn't he?" Yeah. let's just fucking go.
Or no, see,
that's it.
It's not even that. Like, and I'm gonna give you like the thing I noticed with them is just like, basically those two characters also have their heads like majorly stuck up their ass to the point of where they went in a complete circle. Like, they basically said, oh yeah, no, this guy's shady. Oh yeah, we're still not leaving the organization though. So then basically they incepted themselves by staying in the organization to leave the organization, and it's just such a stupid reason. So it's just like,
it comes off as just like,
did anything change?
Oh, I guess we just gotta go.
Yeah. It's like, we're gonna leave by not leaving, is basically what happened there.
So, finally, because we just talked, because there really isn't anything else, we have to now talk about our villains who... Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. Fuck it. So, yeah, I guess we gotta talk about... Who were the first two? I know Storius and James Gold, but who were the first two?
Zeus, Legius.
Basically, the only reason why I remember this is because Legiel, legend, and then just like that's kind of like, you know, the legend, Book of Legends, and then Zuos, basically zoo, animal guy, and then Storius, stories, fairy tales, you know, basically mirroring the three Wonder Ride book styles. And why I know
who
all
we
this,
forgot?
I should be ashamed of myself, mainly because I'm reading way too deeply into the show.
You know who we forgot?
No, we didn't forget anybody.
We forgot Tassel.
Bon lecture.
He died. Okay, now we can go back to the villains.
Yeah.
So Zeus, he animal, he go flippy, then he die. Legiel, whatever.
What the fuck was his deal again? I don't even
just
remember which one he was.
He was the one that
I,
got
you know what,
Touma.
for half a second, I saw him and I was just like, oh my god, is that the football guy from Forza? And then I forgot, oh, he retired.
It would have been better if it was him, because then it would be somebody I actually give a shit about.
Right? Be like, oh my god, is this what he did after graduation?
Yeah.
Apparently,
But then we get and then Storius, who is mad that his fan fiction was already written. Okay, Can I just bring this up now? Because Stories really has nothing to him. Not really. His plot. His plot was that he wanted to destroy books or whatever because every story had already been made.
He wanted to blow up the earth because
God made every story ever.
Free will is meaningless because God wrote every story ever, which means that God is responsible for man door, hand hook, car door, among other shit posts.
He's responsible for Pinkie Pie Tulpa.
You see, here's the thing. Like, it could even be easily summarized. Simply,
oh my god! Oh my god! That means God is responsible for Sonichu. No, oh no!
No, let's just put it this way. Just Storius forgot to run his stuff through basically through like a copyright checker.
I know what you're talking
That's
about.
true.
Like, so whatever he does, it just keeps coming back. Plagiarized.
Oh no!
But see, okay. Now, here's my biggest issue.
Mm-hmm.
So Storius because the thing is, the book of the Omnibus of Book of Legends,
The book of
doesn't even
omniscience.
Whatever. The book of bullshit.
The grimoire
Apparently has everything that's ever gonna do. The thing that it doesn't even just have all the stories. It has everything. Everything's gonna happen, no matter what, always, forever, and ever and ever. It's literally the book of prophecies from fucking Kingdom Hearts, where everything that's always gonna happen has already happened, and it's written in this book, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just stories; it's everything. So that means the book already knew Storius was gonna do this. So did Storius not just go up to the next page and go, "Oh, I'm gonna lose"? Fuck.
I didn't read that.
I mean that raises the question of like, did all of this get planned out in advance, including the plan to steal it? Like, what the?
Yes.
Does it? What?
So
this doesn't make any fucking sense.
Look, all I know is that apparently the god of this universe has a really good sense of humor.
Also, let's just think about this as well. No one decided to just read the book Omnipotent.
Right.
And likewise, also, no one also foresaw this within the Kurayami. Because basically,
did Master Logos and his fucking infinite fishy wisdom not just get really bored one day and he's like, I'm gonna go read a book. So he reads the book and he's like, oh, I'm gonna die. Oh fuck. I'm just gonna put this back. Like, you see, that right there. When he said that alone has pretty much destroyed this entire show, because this is evil times 100. Because you knew all this was going to happen. Because you had the literal fucking book that told you all this was going to happen. So then what's the point? What's the point? Unless this entire show is just saying, hey, kids, it doesn't matter what you do. The book already knows what you're going to do. So if you're destined to be homeless, you're homeless.
You're pointing out the plot holes, AJ.
Yes, I'm pointing out the plot holes because the plot hole just fucking spread its legs open to me and has landing strip going to it.
That's
see, here's another thing. Basically, like, see if Master Logos read ahead. See, like, this is the difference of him either becoming a sushi chef or becoming just a generational douchebag because he got bored.
And see, this brings up another question because of Techno. Because Techno had told me that Cross Saber literally rewrites the entire show, the entire universe, the way TOUMA sees fit. Does that mean the fucking book also saw that coming? Or does TOUMA literally beat God?
I mean, I guess he beats God.
Probably.
I mean, that wouldn't be out of character for the bullshit.
He literally goes above God.
Damn,
so does that
somehow
mean?
Beat God.
So does that mean that Storius knew that TOUMA could do this? So even if the book said he would win, TOUMA could still fuck him over.
That's my guess.
Whoa. This is wow. You see what happens when you don't explain shit in your show, writers? This is what happens. You leave such a huge plot hole. I'm just looking at it like the abyss is staring back at me at this point.
Also, no.
Wow.
Let's also talk about Luna for a second. And
Oh
also,
my
why
God.
she's so attached to Touma? Oh, it's because he can write stories. Really? Really?
I just want to say, like, because there was a line in, like, the second to last episode where Luna was just like, oh, I only read the stories that Touma writes, and everything he wrote was great. It's like, does that mean Touma could have just, like, slipped her a fucking Star Wars Shadow of the Empire novel, and she would be like, oh my god, Touma, you're such a great writer.
I mean, hey now, Shadow of the Empire is great.
Hey,
all right?
don't knock Dash Rendar.
That's why I said I
what?
love Luke.
Well, like what? Touma could have just like slipped her a 50 Shades of Grey and then call it a day?
Oh, good lord.
Oh, good God! I think
Actually,
the
Jay,
dullest person would not know that's bad.
Actually, quick aside, Jay, did you know they're trying to make Luke canon?
Oh, fucking wonderful! I love
I'm
it.
not lying.
I'm down.
Apparently,
I'm down
but,
for that shit.
Apparently, Bad Batch is going to introduce Luke.
Um,
Anyways, so as we were saying, after Storius gets his shit wrecked in, so we're still on Luna. Luna is little girl. She gets trapped in the fucking back room, and Touma, because he can, takes her out, and she does nothing except run away and throws Mei into a puddle of mud, where she belongs, by the way. And then she becomes a 26-year-old woman,
Because of
and
course.
Toma's just like, well, I guess it's legal now, and that's it. Oh, wait, no, she's dead, right?
Yeah, she's dead now. I
Yeah,
guess.
Yeah, she's dead. Oh, she's dead now? She's dead now.
Yeah.
They die now.
They die now.
And they stay dead?
No, they're
Well,
force
let's not
ghosts.
go that far, Phil.
They're force ghosts.
yeah, they were basically
Like-
Force Ghosts at the end of the season until they said like, oh yeah, hey Touma, get out of here. You finished your homework. Get out of here.
They fucking
So-
kicked Touma out of heaven. Yeah.
Oh my god. So now that we've basically gone through every single character besides May,
What
because
about
who the
Caliber?
fuck gives a shit?
Which
We already
caliber?
did.
Without Kel.
Oh, yeah, that's
We
right.
already
We
went
already
through
did
Caliber.
Caliber. There are
Caliber
three
again.
different calibers.
That's right. I forgot.
We already went through Kaido from Fies. We already went through, and we already went to Kento.
Wait.
Um,
Kaido from Five.
so-
I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah, that's right. He was one of the orphanox.
He was
I forgot
Kento's
about that.
dad.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
No, I forgot who he played.
Man,
in
what a
Fives.
fucking waste,
That's
right?
what. Yeah.
Dude, Jay, look, I'm not gonna lie. I got so mad when I found out that he was just there for like a few scenes and that's it. Like, come on.
Wait, don't
dude.
forget Bach.
You
We
waste
have to
this
talk
man.
about Bach.
No, we don't. What the fuck is there to talk about? He's Amazons.
See, like,
Oh,
see-
dude, I want to fucking kill everybody because I fucking hate reality, which is
Lamau.
everybody else's plan in this show.
And that's pretty much it.
Right? Wait, right? Why is everyone planning the show to destroy reality? Just blow
I know,
up the
like-
Earth.
and see-
That's that's a thing I was talking about. Like, Logos's plan is he wants to destroy the Earth because he's bored. Which, all right, that's fair enough.
Fair enough,
But
yeah.
but then he gets backstabbed by Storius, whose plan is to destroy the Earth. So why the fuck did he need to betray Logos
Because-
to destroy the Earth?
Because he
Because
needed.
I'm evil.
Because he needed the book of. He needed the omnibus to become the Grimoire.
but
okay, let's
but
also
why not just-
Stories.
why not just have Logos give it to him? Because they have the same end goal. Why does it matter how it happens?
Because they don't
They're
like
just
to share
trying to
power.
destroy the
That's
Earth.
why.
Also,
And then-
guys, can I just be honest about something?
Yes.
Where the hell did his like tone change come from? He came from being like really subtle to being like, oh no, I'm an over the top villain, and just like this happened literally in the last 30 seconds before killing.
Because he
like,
became the main
Shinken
villain. That's why.
Fucking. That's what. There you go. I just summed it up for you.
Thank you.
Fucking stupid. Stupid.
I will say I do like how when they bring Bacht into the show, they just have him be evil the whole time. They don't try to make him good. They literally have Touma try to pull the talk no jutsu bullshit on him, and he just tells him to fuck off basically, which I liked. I liked that they actually did that for once in one of these shows.
And then he still went to heaven.
I know, right? Yeah, he still
It's
became a
it's
Force
literally
Ghost.
it's literally that fucking Robot Chicken skit where the guy looks at Hitler. He's like, "I'm just as surprised as you are."
Yeah.
Or it's basically like getting Palpatine
so-
as a Force Ghost at the end of Robot Chicken.
Basically. So I guess we might have to talk about May. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to talk about her.
I'll
there's
just,
nothing
I'll
to
just say
her,
that they're
Phil.
trying to make her Akiko, but they don't realize what made Akiko popular, or at least like
She was
Akiko
so
is popular?
useless.
She was. What I didn't like about her was that she was over the top. That she was so she was always so over the top with everything. When they actually had her being subtle or in distress and actually having some range outside of, oh, look at me, I'm gonna pander to the camera. I thought
I love this one. I love this one scene, and I only pick up this scene because everybody on Twitter was fucking splooging over it when it came out. It was a scene where she gives this big old speech about, like, to the writers that somehow makes them suddenly powerful. I'm trying to remember the episode, but I think you remember this scene I'm talking about. The thing is, the fucking speech she gives is literally just, "Hey, get up. You got to fight now." And she's like, "Oh, I guess. Thanks. Jesus, I have a dream. This is not fucking."
Yeah.
So after May, I guess we just talk about the ending, because I guess we gotta talk about that ending.
First thing, freaking Touma pulls a Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins, y'all.
That's literally what I said when Primitive Dragon was holding him. I was like,
That was so
Like-
funny when I saw that.
I saw that, and I saw the previous episode, and Touma got kicked into the Sparta 300
That shit.
pit. Which, first and foremost, I don't know why the fuck Storius has a giant death pit in the middle of his villain throne room.
because he can.
That just seems like that's kind of like, first of all, OSHA is gonna crack down on you, dude. Second of all, why do you need that if your plan is to just kill it?
Again,
It's there
Because
for
he
no
just
reason.
He needs it in case he wants to. He just feels like kicking someone down the hole.
like you do.
You never felt that way, Jay? You never felt like, hey, I really want to kick this guy down the hole.
I mean, yes, I do constantly. But okay,
So maybe he just wants a big hole to kick people down.
so he knocks Touma down the hole, and I knew for a second, like, okay, so Toma's gonna fly out on some dumb bullshit. And I thought it was gonna be like, he has wings now because he's a dragon, or like somebody saved him off screen, or something. No, he just gets lifted out of the air, Mary Poppins style, by Primitive Dragon, for some reason.
No, Jay. Let's not forget, it's not Primitive Dragon the animal. It's the book.
It's the kid.
Yes,
He's holding on to the book. The book is making him fly. What?
What confused me during that part was like, wait, didn't it become Elemental Dragon? But then I remembered he needs the other book for it to become Elemental Dragon. Also,
they didn't fucking remember that.
Also, I don't think
They don't care.
They also didn't remember that form basically makes any person that uses it go into a berserking rage, and he pretty much in control about that at that point.
Well,
the little boy in the book wanted him to fight, so that's why it didn't make him berserk, because the fucking book boy.
But I mean,
book
think about
boy.
it, Jay. Do you know how much he could have wrecked Storius' shit up had he gone berserk? That thing would have
Obviously
could
not
stop
much.
anybody.
look,
Not
okay,
too
Phil.
much at all.
Phil. See, I think here's the thing, like, with this. We understand this, but also at the same time, like, ever since, like, he kind of got Elemental Dragon, like, they just kind of figured out, it's like, the kid was, like, kind of hated everyone. He's like, after Elemental Dragon, hey, Touma, we cool now, right? Yeah, we cool. And then basically, that's why we don't have Berserker form anymore. In other words, yeah, they cool. I guess.
Yeah, they're cool.
We cool.
We cool? Yeah, we cool.
Yeah, we cool.
Yeah, they cool.
So, anyways, after that, Touma
then-
turns his girlfriend into a book, and after she turns into a book, and the book doesn't do much, Touma kills Storius because lol, and then the world starts crumbling, and then Omedeto.
Because the girl who powers the super ultra omniscient book died for no reason, which was entirely his plan anyways. So the universe fucking falls apart like Thanos just came by, and
But he got a new power.
everybody dies, and then And then TOUMA... And I still can't believe I watched this.
Phil, I don't either.
I just finished watching
TOUMA wakes-
Evangelion. I can't believe I just got this.
TOUMA wakes up in a black room where a bunch of cell phone camera footage of children and a couple of man children, and I think one white dude, are talking about what their favorite stories are. And that does something to TOUMA. And then we get all of the characters standing around, clapping and going, They don't actually say congratulations, but they might as well be. They were standing around and applauding TOUMA. And he's just like, thank you, everybody. You know, it's literally...
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you. To my mother, farewell. And to all the children, congratulations.
To all the children, Saber is shit. I saw an edit that did that.
I'm not even joking when I say that's going to be the intro to this.
Like, I just finished watching Eva, and just, like,
I'm sorry for you, Chad, by the way.
Like, this hits all sorts of notes, and it's just, like, I feel like I just... Like, watching Eva, I feel like I got slapped. Watching this, I feel like I got... more than a slap. I feel like I got punched in the face and then continually kicked.
So see, it's weird because up to now, the reality warping stood with Cross Saber, and I didn't think we were gonna go that far afterwards. Then, the thing is, there's no foreshadowing to this. Out of nowhere, it just happens. It just happens.
Yeah. So then we have a year-long time skip. And I guess TOUMA just fucking repaired the universe.
Twice.
Maybe. The way he phrases it, that, like, all of the children and man-children talking about their favorite stories somehow created a new wonder world, which brought the real world back. I guess. Somehow. and then everybody who died comes back, and then we have a press conference where TOUMA's new book is winning an award named after the writer of the show, because I guess he just said, fuck it, I'm the real main... Hasegawa just said, fuck it, I'm the real main writer now.
And then Humagears.
And then a fucking Humagears showed up for some reason.
Because we gotta connect it.
Which was played by Hasegawa, so it was clearly just him being like, I don't give a shit anymore. I'm just gonna do what I want.
Maybe he pre-ordered those Bandai headphones.
And they're talking about like something books are great. TOUMA's dead, and then TOUMA just fucking walks out of heaven. He just fucking comes back. Somehow, he just comes back.
Okay, Jay. Like, the thing I interpreted,
he gets better.
I interpreted it as this is mainly because, like, oh yeah, we want a new story. So just like. Basically, it's basically the teachers are just holding TOUMA back because he didn't finish his homework.
That's a good enough answer as any.
Because he finished his homework.
Because all of the ghosts of the first people, including all of the villains,
for some reason,
and Master Logos,
for some reason,
and fucking Bakht, for some fucking reason,
he beat me
are
to
Force ghosts. Everybody except for Yuri, who's not a Force ghost now. He's just back alive. Motherfucker was just content to read his comic books in heaven.
That was actually kind of funny that he pops up out of the sword and he's just like, what the fuck? I was reading my book.
He's reading his fucking C-list Valiant Comics book. Which
can we just... let me just mention this, by the way. They said multiple times that if TOUMA goes to the Wonder World... and he becomes part of it, he can never come back.
And yet he does.
Shut up.
They literally established that in order to save the universe and stop Logos, TOUMA has to go and repair Wonderworld. But if he does that, he's stuck there. But then he just fucking walks out of Wonderworld because the show said he could.
No. I think
this is almost like Daigo going to space.
No, let's be real about this. The real reason, like, TOUMA probably left is because everyone got tired of liking him, and they figured out why they didn't like him. And when they figured out why they didn't like him, they just kicked him out of heaven, basically. Or Wonderworld, I should say.
I'm
Probably.
down with that
That's
answer.
why he's back with us.
That would be so funny. He's like, "Oh, you're actually kind of a dick. Get out of here."
Because otherwise he literally just fucking walks out of heaven, and it's never explained how he did it.
Or how the books come back to work, or how all the people who disappeared.
No,
that-
he doesn't. The books don't come back to work. He just takes them.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, they say that all of their rider powers don't work anymore, except now they just fucking work again because TOUMA fucking walked out of heaven. I guess he fucking repowered them
And
to
on
break...
the seventh day, the Wonder Books rose again.
If I ever decide to watch it.
Honestly, dude, you basically already did.
Oh, goody, and I watched it even crappier. I'll be honest, you know what I wish they had done? They would have kept Touma in Wonderworld or in Heaven. I actually
Kept him dead?
I actually wanted them to have like maybe a hand be on his shoulder, and it's Luna, so at least he has a companion. But then with the whole, oh wait, she's got a 26-year-old body, but with the mind of an 8-year-old. I'm like, that's wrong implication.
I mean, granted.
Hold on.
As we established, TOUMA has the mind of an 8-year-old too.
Look,
so it's fine.
I had this stupid image when Phil said that. It's like it's Toma's walking around and it's Luna's hand Ankh style.
That would mean like
He's got like a little
O's.
broken Wonder Book. Oh,
But you know what?
my
At the same
God.
time, we also don't know what's going to happen next week. Because
That's
the
true.
epilogue might actually,
he dies again.
reveal things. So just in all fairness, know that epilogue hasn't aired yet. But at the same time,
I mean,
It
I
don't
don't know.
matter.
How much?
I don't know. The
matter.
other trailer they showed is just them fucking hanging around a pool, lounging around. And also, I guess Rinto is going to try and fuck May. And then Revice shows up to beat everybody to death, I guess.
And then Vice just says the N-word over and over.
Vice is going to start quoting crime statistics, I guess.
Unless they decide to pull a Gaiam Michi fighting Jam thing, that would be out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah, just, no, it'd be funny if it, like, actually just Jam showed up.
Dude, I was about to say, dude, Jam comes in. What the fuck? I thought we killed you. I got better.
Dude, if I was writing a writer show, I would literally just have Jam show up in the final episode for no good reason.
We need a final fight, so shoot Jam.
And
He just fucking walks into frame and he's just like, fight me now, writers, and they're all like, who the fuck is this guy?
He's got like pieces. No, he's got like pieces of garbage stuck to it because he just came out of the fucking alley.
oh, this is definitely more
I've been waiting this whole season.
pre-order walk scene.
Oh no, it'd be even better if like he has like on his helmet. He's got like a little Uber Eats hat on.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Oh wait.
I want this show. I want to see this now.
too bad this isn't the show we got.
No.
Oh my god. Oh, dude, I really wish we could have that.
Oh my god.
Okay. I'm gonna call down. Okay. So, whew, that was not a jump cut. That was actually me coming down. So, I think with that being said, let's hit our final thoughts. So, I'm gonna give it to Jay first. Jay,
Okay.
just fucking do it. God damn it.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I only paid attention to about half of this show,
Yep.
and I've made that explicitly clear that I knew what I was fucking getting into. Okay, all you dumb motherfuckers, Phil, AJ, Phil, Chad a little bit, Phil, everybody in the server who watched Saber, Phil, you guys had hope. You guys went into the show expecting something. I knew what we were gonna get. I saw Fukuda was writing this. I was like, all right, this is going to suck. I'm not watching Saber. I didn't fucking touch Saber until 2 weeks ago when I was forced to. I fucking knew what I was getting into. I just fucking... Episode 1, all right, I'm out. I'm, like, not even fucking paying attention half the time. So, when I say I don't think Saber was as bad as everybody else thinks it is, take that with a grain of salt. But at the other time, on the other hand, the parts of Saber that I actually remember paying attention to, again, it's definitely not as bad as a lot of people have put, but it is definitely not good at all. Yeah, I don't really like any of the characters who have a personality, and the ones who don't have personalities are the ones, ironically, I find interesting. I hated all of the suits. All of the villain suits were lame. All of the rider suits were ugly. I think I didn't get a chance. I kind of forgot to bring this up when we were talking about like, whoever the fuck decided to make all of the side power-up forms the same fucking color as the main form and the base suit needs to be hung. Because what is wrong with you? But my thing is that at the end of the day, I would say, if we're going to compare the two because it's the same writer, Saber is better than Ghost. And I say this because at the end of the day, at the absolute bare minimum, Saber is at least internally consistent with itself. And let me explain, because I know somebody's about to interrupt. At the end of the day, Saber's lore, as bare bones as it is, and as uninteresting as it is at least consistent. When they're introducing new things, it's treated as a new revelation. They're not introducing new chunks to the lore immediately and having everybody treat it like it's just always been a thing, or having new information that contradicts the old information, and we're just supposed to deal with it. The characters, for as blank as they are consistent throughout the show. TOUMA is a whiny, bitchy man-child, but he stays a whiny, bitchy man-child the whole show. Rintaro is like a weirdo, like, shut-in, homeschooled kid, but he's like that the whole show. We don't suddenly have Rintaro going on a rant about how he hates his dad for one episode for no good reason. We don't suddenly have fucking, I don't know, we don't suddenly have Buster going on, like, having, like, a weird t-shirt contest with himself or anything like that. I don't have to fucking guess what the backstory and motivations of our villains are, because it keeps changing 6 fucking times in the span of 2 episodes. Everybody stays consistent, and when things change, it's presented as an actual in-story change. And so that, for that reason alone, Saber is better than Ghost.
Woo! All right. Well, I guess we'll give it to... Who do I give it to? The New Yorker, the Californian. I'm going to give it to Phil because I don't want... What the fuck is it? Henri? I don't want him to die yet. So, Phil.
Henri already passed.
Anyway, the matter. Tell us your fellow thoughts.
Well, I'm not mad with the show. I'm actually very disappointed with it because it had a lot of potential. You know what? I was willing to give it a chance. When I heard it was Ghost Rider, I was like, oh, fuck. But it's like, hey, you know what? Maybe he just had a bad time with it. Maybe Toei was going up his butt about it. Maybe they were like, oh, yeah, maybe they're like, oh, we want you to do this and that. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to give you a second chance with that. Nope. You had me fooled with the illusion, and then you revealed the curtain, and it was... Nope. I see your problems. Technically, AJ pointed them out, but I see your problems. I do. And it was just a kind of a slog to watch the show at times. But when it did the right thing right, it felt good. There were things I liked about it. Mostly aesthetics. We did get a pretty good insert theme of Rewrite the Story, if we can ever get the full version of it.
Oh no, we're getting the full version in September, don't worry.
Woo! But other than that, I think Jay put it best, and whatever you guys say, you guys probably put it better than me either. That's all I can really say.
All right, then. Well, Chad. Sorry.
No problem. To my father, thank you. To my mother, farewell. And to all the children, why are you watching this? Why are you listening to this? So, okay, like jokes aside, Eva jokes aside, just okay. We've already beaten that horse to death. Okay.
Yeah, we've done that a little too much.
We've done a little too much. We've already sung like a cruel angel's thesis, a little more than Japanese salarymen do when they're doing karaoke in Japan. So yeah, I think we've used it a little too much, but at the same time, actual thoughts on Saber. Yeah, no, I think honestly Jay put it really good in this regard. Yeah, no, this is honestly, I think if Rider was a low point, or like if Ghost was a low point for Rider, this is definitely, at the very least, only marginally better than Ghost. Again, it's consistent. It plays by its rules. It's not, or I guess to give an image, I wasn't breaking out laughing asking what the hell am I watching every week when I was watching Ghost. AJ, I think you can remember when that was happening, and I was just thinking, man, I don't know what I'm watching. I'm laughing out of pain, but it's just that stupid. Here, it's just, I just kind of don't like the show. It was kind of stupid. I'm not laughing about it, but hey, you know, at least I can take it semi-seriously, ? It just wasn't a fun ride. It's not a good show, but it's also, if people, I didn't like this show, but it's certainly not the worst, just by a small margin. If you enjoyed it, good on you. If you have problems with me hating it, that is your problem. If you want to tell me why I'm wrong, please feel free to tell us in the comments or direct message me on Instagram, because apparently people do that. Or hit me up on Twitter and tell me how stupid and wrong we all are because we have an opinion and it doesn't match up with yours. But you know what? I just didn't like the show, and there's only so many ways I could say I didn't like this show. この番組大嫌い。この番組あまり好きじゃない。I did not like this show. This show I did not like. This is Saber. Yeah. So,
Saber.
I think that
Kuso.
That might have just defined just how I feel a little bit about it. I don't like it, but it wasn't the worst.
All right. So I'm last. Okay. So I made a joke a while ago with Jay. I made a joke, and I have it on recording, that I had 3 pages long of final thoughts for Saber. The joke was not that, oh, haha, 3 pages, that's so hyperbolic. No, the joke was that I actually had that. The thing is, I said it before, I like to play up how when I get angry. It's fun. You know, it's fun. It's funny to do it, and people like it, and they laugh at it. In reality, and Phil said it himself as well, I wasn't so much angry as I was just disappointed. I was disappointed in the fact that I have to come in here and talk about another bad show. I don't like talking about Kamen Rider shows when they're bad. I hate doing that, because Rider has been my thing for, I don't even want to say it because I've said it so many times, but Rider's been my thing for over 20 years now. And to see a show that is at least on the same caliber, no pun intended, as Ghost again, I'm sorry, but that's just fucking terrifying. I will agree with Jay that it is marginally better in the sense that it is still consistent, but I will also say that there's so many things in the show that get fucked over by its pacing, where it starts and stops. There's so many things with TOUMA that he's just so annoying. Like, a character this bad should not be a character this overtly worshipped and Gary stewed. A character like this should not be where he is. And the thing is, that goes for a lot of things in the show. Kento, Calibur's powers, TOUMA with all of his superpowers, the fucking villains, the omnibus, all of that shit all culminates in a show that I'm sorry, but if you like this show, guys, please watch something else. Please go out to watch something better, because this show is not good. If you like the suits, congratulations, go buy a figure art. If you like the music, congratulations, go buy the CD box. If you like the fights, go watch them clipped on YouTube. Don't tell me that this is a good show, because it's not. It's a bad fucking show. And I think if above all else, the thing that pisses me off about this show is that it just felt like it did not give a shit at some points. Like, it didn't care. I made the joke to Phil, and I made the joke to Jay. This show is the equivalent of the chick who played billiards in Evolver. A show that could not bring itself to give a shit to give a shit. And that same attitude for the entire show has made me just sour on it. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I got as mad as I did with Ghost, because Ghost actually did get me mad. Ghost was legit anger. This was just, it was like watching somebody you had not hopes for, but you know that they could try to do better, and then they give you shit. It's like going to a steakhouse and knowing the chef fucked up last time with a little too much salt, but he said, hey, you know what? Maybe the guy was having a bad day. He comes back and he has the entire fucking salt shaker on your steak. That's what the show is like. And like Chad said, hey, subjectively, you like whatever you want. I'm not going to fucking say anything anymore because I don't care, because every time I say something, someone on fucking Facebook calls me racist and then shaves half of their head. However, this show sucks. I don't ever want to watch it again. I hope we never have to watch it again. And I am perfectly fine pretending it doesn't exist. I'm going to put it right there with Ghost. I do not want to... I'm just going to pretend it doesn't exist. I don't like it. It sucks. Fuck you. Anyways, guys, how did you like Saber?
So what you're saying, AJ, is go read a book.
Yeah, read a fucking book. It's only cheap. Library cards are free, people. Come on.
He's right. They are.
Having fun isn't hard.
Go read a book.
Having fun isn't hard, especially when you have a library card.
Exactly, man. Fuck's sake, if you're a college student, just go to fucking go read something. I'm pretty sure you can read the exact same story done by somebody else who was actually competent.
Oh, you mean like the actual authors who wrote the stories that some of the Wonder Red books are based on?
Yeah, go read Hansel and Gretel. That story's fucked up, bro.
Read The Journey to the West. It's literally an anime.
Yeah, multiple actually.
Go read a shitty Valiant Comics character, because at least that will be more entertaining.
Go read Supreme.
Go read Shadow Man. Actually, know what? Go read the Turok comic, because that was kind of fun. Both of them. Even the old one, which sucked because it was it's from the fucking 50s.
Shit, if you want to read something great, go read Lord of the Rings. J.R.R. Tolkien slaved away for you fuckers so you can bastardize it in this show.
Read the Arabian
Go read
Nights.
A book.
The Arabian Nights is a compilation of short stories. Read them.
Guys, question.
Read a book.
It's just occurring to me.
Yes.
Maybe was this Fukuda's intent after all? He made
just make us read a book. Make it so
bad that it's just like, no, he's literally telling us to go read a book and do something else better with our lives.
I mean, Chad, if he wrote any more than 12 episodes, I would think so.
Oh, my bad.
But
Hasegawa.
that would require... Yeah, you know what? Hasegawa, I believe, because Hasegawa seems like he's kind of a troll based on a lot of the things that he's done in this show. I mean, literally, in the last episode, he dresses up like a fucking Humagear for no good reason.
Because bite me.
I think, I don't fucking know how the hell Fukuda got another job. I don't know how he pulled what he did in Ghost, then got another main writer gig, and then did it again, but worse.
You know what? You said it yourself. He has pictures of Shirakura somewhere.
He must have blackmail on somebody. He must know that somebody owes a lot of money to the Yakuza, and he just keeps bringing it up.
You know what?
He must have
he must
have an embarrassing snapshot of Shirakura at the Christmas party.
I was about to say.
You know what? Is he just in cahoots with Super 1, where Super 1's just in hiding?
You know what?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh my god. I got it now. No, it makes sense. Hasegawa knows where Super 1 is, So every season he gets to write, he tells them, slowly and slowly, are just zeroing down on his location. He's like, oh, well, he's somewhere in Tokyo. Wink, wink, give me another season. Oh, well, he's in this building. Wink, wink, give me another season.
It's this room, wink, wink. He's hiding under wink, wink.
So, basically now, guys, it's been another year. It's been great. It's been a fun time. Because you know what? Even though we had to watch Saber, it's still fun to come here every year and just talk about this shit. So let's see. Because I know someone's going to be like, oh, you guys, you agree on things. Jay doesn't like pickles. See, There you go. We disagree. Yeah.
I love pickles.
You see?
I don't.
Disagreement.
Yeah.
Oh. Chad, there you go. You got nothing on us, bastards. Fuck you. Okay. So, seriously, here's a question for you guys. So, I told Jay yesterday that we're going to do Amazon's 1, 2, and the movie. But I am going to give you guys a choice here. Do you want to do Amazon's season 1, 2, and the movie, in separate episodes, obviously. Season 1, 2, and the movie. Or do you want to take a chance on the wheel?
Oh, no.
You never know what we're going to get.
You know what?
I mean, I kind of already downloaded all of Amazon's. So...
I mean,
I think Amazon is all back on Amazon Prime except for the movie.
I mean, yeah, but that requires paying for Amazon Prime, which fuck that.
I have Prime.
I could borrow my dad's Amazon Prime.
So you don't want to take a little chance here?
No, because the last two times we did, we got stuck.
Well,
with
no,
crap.
the last time we did, it's because we both said something. I'm not saying anything this time. I'm just saying we can take a chance.
I'm not doing it. Nope.
You know what? I feel like at the very least, whether we spin or not, we should do Amazon's again because we already said we were going to do that.
We could do it after whatever the wheel lands on, if it lands on something.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's a good idea. Let's throw in a little random chance, and if it's something good, we can do it. We can do it after Amazon's.
If it's something bad, we're not doing it.
Let's put it after Amazon's because you know what? We might as well prolong the inevitable.
That's a nice
Oh,
compromise.
fuck you!
Oh no!
What did the wheel say?
Oh,
what did you do?
AJ is immediately regretting his plan.
AJ, what the fuck did you do?
We're probably watching. Oh.
What was it?
You had to open your
look in the general chat, Phil.
Oh.
You had to open your mouth.
Hey! No!
Here you are.
Pass! Not doing this one! No! You're not putting me through that shit again! No! You ain't taking me back! No!
So, is it appropriate to
Why
say that
do I take
that I
bets?
want to disappear
You-
for another...
I ain't going back to the clink!
You
What's
reap
up,
what you
Chad?
sow, AJ.
Well,
No,
guys,
AJ
I think I'm just gonna disappear again for another month or two, so...
I'm not doing this. Yeah, I got...
Well, see, Chad. If Phil's not here, you gotta be here. We need our third man.
Shit. This is...
Well, see, look, fine. You and Phil can go at it.
We need the third man, brother.
Look, whoever comes out on top, you don't have to be on here in 2 weeks.
Okay, so, Phil, we're meeting at the 7-Eleven or the Denny's.
Oh wait, you know what? I have an idea.
Let's not do it.
No.
Yeah, let's not do it.
No. I have an idea. How about I flip a coin between Chad and Phil?
You know what? I was probably gonna try and show up anyways, because
How about not and say we did?
All right, Phil. Heads or tails?
No, I'm
Tails?
probably just gonna show up anyways, so I mean, whichever way it goes, I'm still probably gonna show up. Or gonna try to
All
show
right,
up.
so... Okay. Chad was head, Phil's was tails. Let me take a picture. It has landed. There is no tomfoolery here. Well, Phil, I guess you're joining us this time.
No! I'm not doing this one! No! I'd rather do Amazons! No!
Okay,
no!
Phil. If you do Ninja, you can do Amazons.
Wait, you're saying I can't do Amazons if I don't do Ninja?
It's like
Yes.
it's like getting a kid to eat their broccoli. You gotta eat your broccoli first before you get to dessert, dude.
Fucking Sentai I never get.
You can't have your pudding if you don't eat your meat.
I know.
Man.
I didn't watch this one. Jay, why did you fuck us over? God damn it.
Like Jay knew.
Yeah, like I fucking knew this. I'm the one who said we should do it after Amazons. If
I'm
it's
gonna
bad.
come up to Boston and I'm going to strangle you.
Do it, bitch. I'll stab you. Show of hands. Show of hands. Who's fucking killed somebody? All right. Just me. All right. All right.
Well, I can't raise my
fucking
hand.
Show me,
Jay,
Phil.
I can't even-
Come here, Phil.
I'm behind the screen, you dick.
Jay,
Exactly.
Jay, there's a lot of things you don't know about me that you don't know what happens behind the scenes of Toku Photo Biz.
I mean, look. Out of anybody here besides me, I believe Chad has killed somebody.
Oh, you think I just killed somebody?
AJ seems like the kind of guy who would say he killed somebody, but never actually has ever actually killed anybody.
I wouldn't kill anyone.
Sark has probably killed somebody. I mean, maybe
He has
I don't
manly
know.
rage.
Yeah.
I am not.
It's
I am
cute.
Not
You
doing
think I
the
just killed
ninja
just
shirt.
somebody.
No. I hate you too.
Well, see the funny thing is, guys, we said we're gonna do it after Amazon's anyways. So
I mean,
we
that's-
got at least three. We got at least 3 episodes, which is a month and a half before we got to do Ninja.
All right, so we're doing Amazon's first.
We're doing Amazon season 1 first.
All right.
Then afterwards,
All right. Honestly, that's all right because my birthday's coming up. Amazon's would be a nice little treat. I never finished Amazon's. That would actually be kind of.
Don't you just love how right? Don't you just love like how right after Saber we would have had to done Ninja?
That's your freaking fault. That's your fault.
It ain't my
AJ.
fault. Look,
Okay,
I don't
it's
tell the
Jay's
wheel to
fault.
land. There you go.
It's
Anyways,
it's Jay's
so
fault because we didn't have
with
to spin
that
the wheel.
being said, I think it's time to say goodnight. So that's Chad.
You know what? I will see you in year 50 with Revice. Hopefully, it's not another Ghost or Saber. At this point, I think anything can be a major upgrade from Saber. And, you know what? We'll see. And you know what? Hopefully you'll see me more often. So, thank you.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
And that's
You did nothing except piss us all off.
that's Phil.
So long, farewell. Philip is very hungry.
Oh, I thought we were gonna go the whole way. That's Jay.
Cheers, because Saber's finally over.
Nope, still got another week, dude.
Now, fuck you.
Omedeto.
Only
And
Omedeto.
as always, I'm AJ.
Kanpai.
We don't have an outro for this show, so I'll just say this: fuck you, Hasegawa.
You know what?
Fuck
No.
you, Fukuda.
No. Again,
Fuck you, Shirakura.
to my father, thank you. To my mother, farewell. And to all the children, please just find a better show to watch. Maybe not Ninja or Saber.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.